Oh, that's... Hello, guys.
Hey, how's it going?
Hello.
Good. I think everybody's here. Cool. All right. We talked a little bit about trying to maybe fast forward things a little bit, but I wasn't sure if you guys wanted to loot and pillage more from the debris field that used to be Need Station.
I'll leave it up to the vets.
Yeah, basically there's like a big debris field. There's those giant spires that are spinning and tumbling over each other, probably in the vicinity. I didn't know if you wanted to grab more stuff or get out of there before anybody else shows up to investigate. Not sure.
Well, I mean, I think we would have to fly back. I kind of had the feeling that Beer would have tried to escape the blast radius. I mean, there was that crappy gunk, that Quake gunk, and that's going to get spread all over the place. I don't want that getting on the ship.
Yeah, there's probably a bunch of those blobs floating out there in space around here.
Yeah, that's a danger zone right there for any passing ship. Look at that little green dot. Oh, wait, it's the size of the house now.
Well, not only that, but the ship is also quite damaged. We only have half use of our weapons and stuff.
Yeah, and with the Quake colony ship down there, they didn't seem, they didn't attack us, but they didn't quite seem like they wanted us around there either.
Yeah, they didn't blow you up. They really didn't slap you on the back and invite you for drinks. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't hear the Quake equivalent of, hey, why don't you join us for dinner? I heard leave, and we're gonna blow this up.
To be fair, dinner might not have been to our liking.
Yeah, true. Figure that too. Like, oh, we're gonna blow this up, and if you're still around, we're gonna have you for dinner.
Yeah, maybe there was like, you have an hour to get out of here, and then you're just part of the regular wreckage, and we'll claim you as our territory or something. Property,
yeah. You're in the blast zone.
I think John had suggested fast forward a little bit, and you guys are headed to some asteroid or space station somewhere. We can do that if you like. It's open-ended, though. Anybody have any input? And don't be afraid if you're a new person. Rick, don't be afraid to jump out and say things like, I think it'd be cool if we, I don't know, went to this place over here that's kind of like this, and we'll make it up. Any thoughts? If not, no big deal.
I'm still a little stumped, to be honest with you.
Okay, that's not a problem. Jason, any thoughts? Where the ship might be headed?
I think it's headed towards a black hole. No, I'm just kidding. Really, no.
I was like, oh no.
That's like the ultimate game block. Nope, we're all gonna die.
Saturn is no more. It was enveloped from within from a black hole. Thanks, Jason. No.
Travel to a new galaxy.
No, I don't think Shung cares as long as it's not back towards where he came from.
What if we went to go check out Earth, just to cruise around and see how Earth is doing?
Earth? That's an interesting proposal.
You said that's a dying planet, correct?
Yeah, because the sun's larger and closer to Earth. It's kind of it's just barely habitable right now, but that won't last long. Most of the people have been shipped off / enslaved on Ganjan to their new Shi overlords.
Maybe there's something there we could use, or I don't know. Go check it out before it totally evaporates or whatever.
Well, if the Shi and the Sisson have totally just left the Earth, as a dead planet, there's only a few, refugees that are there. That might actually be a good place for a base if they already assume it's not going to be used.
Crazy stupid idea here. You know how you were talking, or at least Phil, you were talking about the possibility of strapping engines to a moon and wandering off with it.
Go on.
Well, how much would it take to extrapolate that idea?
I'm glad you said that, because I was actually going to submit that to the Theo was going to submit that to the cogs as an idea to move Earth, since it's now currently like super hot and kind of uninhabitable. Because like the She has moved the moon, they moved Luna over to Mars, so I thought, so Theo would probably think, hey, well, how about we just move the other planets around too and get everything stable? Because if you move Earth back enough, it's going to go back to the habitable zone. Because now the habitable zone has just been pushed forward, or pushed back a bit.
Alright, so that's 2 for Earth so far.
Huh.
I like
That's
the sound of that.
interesting.
Anyone figure the effects of the moon not being on, near the Earth anymore?
Probably. Well, I think it keeps the core molten, doesn't it? Because it's a very large moon in comparison to the size of the Earth.
I don't know. I only know that it affects the tides.
Tides.
That's about the extent
Well,
of it. But there might not be any water.
It also might affect the axis, because it also keeps the Earth on its axis as always, because the moon has that gravitational spin on it.
Oh, I just saw something really cool. Maybe the axis shifted like 40 degrees or 50 degrees. That would really mess things up.
The weather is quite...
We screw everything up.
Wow, that sounds awesome. I think that's going to happen.
I think the Earth would be covered with water if that happened.
Oh yeah. Since the sun has expanded, the Earth has heated up. All those ice caps must have melted, so the landscape looks much different now.
Mm-hmm.
Can we even see the landscape through the atmosphere at this point?
Oh wow, this is sounding really cool. All right,
It's going to be Waterworld with no Kevin Costner this time.
Well, with the increased heat, all the water would be evaporated, right? So it'd be more like a fog world.
I don't know if it would all evaporate, but it would be really humid.
Mm-hmm.
It's some like those boiling springs going on and stuff like they do
Well,
over here.
Because the sun has only consumed Mercury. It hasn't consumed Venus yet.
Yeah, yet.
It's only done this.
So I can't imagine it's close enough to just, completely make the surface molten. So there's still like life on the planet. It's just not been drastically changed. I'm pretty sure quite a few species are starting to go extinct.
So it's kind of like what you would think of like the beginning of time is like just microorganisms and stuff. They're like...
Oh no, there's still probably rainforests and stuff.
Yeah,
It's
not that gone yet, but it's headed in that direction, I think.
It's just really hot. Like it's like Africa, but everywhere now.
It's like Africa. Oh my.
So all the moisture, all the water evaporating is creating like a lot of humidity and stuff like that.
Yeah, a lot of water vapor in the air.
Yeah.
Well, if the Earth is not on the axes anymore, that means either the northern hemisphere or the southern hemisphere is going to get the majority of the sun.
Yes, luckily they're not as populous.
So one of those is going to be really hot or hotter, and the other is going to be really cold.
Let's go.
Okay, that sounds fun. Okay, so we'll start the game. We're going to say that you guys had probably got out of there without doing any more scavenging, because you're afraid of all those globule...
afraid of anything, sir.
Afraid to be eaten by the quay. Didn't want to become an afternoon snack. So you are 4 hours into an 8-hour travel. And you are headed to some asteroid that one of you has heard rumors that there's life and there's some sort of civilization there, I guess. We can come up with a name if you like. Whoever wants to come up with it, they can name it themselves. That's fine. The ship is still heavily damaged, but Theo has repaired it enough to not kill you all as you travel. So you're being protected by radiation from radiation. There's no fuel leaks. That sort of thing.
Before we start, just want to check, is my mic loud enough?
Oh yeah, you're good, man.
Because the last time I listened to it, and I was like significantly quieter than everyone, so I went and changed my mic settings.
You sounded loud and clear.
Okay.
Also, real quick, World of Darkness Online Dice Roller link right here down below. So There we go.
Die.
Cha-ching.
Dice. Who needs dice?
So I'd like to try to start everyone off together if I can, and then everyone tends to break off into their own little thing all over the ship. But I don't know. Where do you guys think you'd maybe like the cockpit? Just talking about things. Does that sound like a good place to start?
Sure.
Okay.
Start in the conference room. We're just having a quick, parlay over what we need to fix first and where we're heading.
So we'll say Anel is in the cockpit. Sadie is in a box somewhere. That's the mannequin pleasure bot.
Sadie.
There's Dax and who's the other guy? I always forget.
Loris?
Yeah, Loris. That. Reckham.
Oops, hit the mute button. Sorry. Okay, so Anel's in the cockpit, Sadie's in a box, Dax and Loris, I guess, will be there too. And does anybody want to play those guys? We've kind of done this in the past, where some of the players have picked up some of the NPCs. Does anybody feel like taking on an additional role? And you can color them any way you want. It's like paint your own adventure or something.
I'm not prepared for something.
Okay.
I can do whatever you want. I just don't know who they are really.
Well, I think, John, you said that Dax is this sort of soldier with telepathic powers, right?
Yeah. He's a maverick, but he brought up because of his lack of tech skills. He was a cog, but he's actually really good with psionic ability.
So you can fix shit and read people's brains.
he seemed a little. That's Loris we're talking about, right?
Dax.
No, this is Dax. He's
Dax.
Yeah, when Bryce isn't on the ship, he's the main telepath.
Okay. How is he? He's an ex-soldier. Okay.
We're trying to train him to be one of the new recruits or the resistance. He's trained as a cog though, so he's more like Theo. He's like a tech guy, but he wasn't very good at it. But he scored really high on the Kaizen scale and has telepathy, so that makes him invaluable on the ship when we face against the ship.
What's just real quick? What's like his personality? Is he brash or is he uptight or what is he?
Looks like Alex posted something down in the chat below if you want to read that.
Oh, yes. Let me lean forward here.
But as far as his personality, Dax is a blank slate. What's that, Rick?
Yeah, please just play him any way you want. I mean, I just wrote something up. So
sure. No, I just want to make sure I'm not totally taking him the different direction from what he's been.
Oh no, he's not a pre-existing character. He was.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he's just.
That's perfect then. Then I can do whatever I want.
That's right.
Yes.
What were we gonna say, Rick? I think you said something.
Now, Loris was Theo's apprentice, correct?
Yeah, Loris is that right? Yeah, Loris is kind of like a tech guy too, right? So.
Well, yeah, I figured we drew from the cog ranks first because that's who we drew. So yeah, Loris though scored the highest for mechanical. He's just easy.
We scraped from the bottom with him.
Yeah, I played him like a big jerk last time. That was kind of fun, actually.
And I only added to that when I did the write-up, saying that he was lazy, intelligent but lazy. Maybe Theo's just not challenging him.
All right.
Theo's fault.
Well, we can start off in the conference room then. So you're standing around or sitting in chairs?
So Theo, what has to be done to get the ship back up? I know the weapons are down and you got the shielding back, but
Well, we're going to have to go through and do a complete analytical diagnostic of the entire ship, because after that explosion, it had taken out many of the subsystems and the backups for those subsystems and the backups for those systems. So we're going to have to go through and do a search by search of the entire system and analyze every part, see what went wrong, and then repair and fix all the minor damage.
Yeah, that sounds like a big pain in the old ass.
Well, I'm glad you can chime in with that one, Loris. Anyways, It's just going to take a long time.
What's next? Flushing the toilets and making sure all the crap goes out into space? Holy crap, we're going to be doing this for weeks.
Hey, you can do that. You can go right ahead. I'm sure the sewage needs to be worked on.
All right, I'll be in the poop chutes if you need me. You guys keep talking this crap out. Just page me if you want. I don't care.
I'm surprised you can with the treads. Go get out of here.
Yep, here I come. Poop chutes to the rescue. Oh God, I love this job.
Where the hell did you get him, Longbeer?
We voted on him.
Oh no! I voted on something that I thought was a legit thing.
I don't know, unless we got the wrong guy in the mix-up, but he scored the highest on the test.
Okay, whose signature was on the approval list of him?
I'm not even sure. I thought Anel was in charge of that, getting all the signatures.
What? Don't blame me. I'm on comms.
Oh, sorry, Anel. I meant the other Anel, the one on.
The other one, huh? Oh, I see. Keep talking there, boys. I'm listening.
Hey, don't throw me into this. I'm just trying to find out who the. It has to be one of the head guys up there.
Yeah, I don't even remember, to be honest with you, Theo. I mean, you'd think after 6 months he would have been better. I don't know. He seemed okay when he first came on the ship. I mean, if it comes down to it, if he's unmalleable, we can just get rid of him. We'll bring him back.
I intend to. I do a much better job fixing this shit by myself. I'm practicing it by myself half the damn time. You see all this shit that has to be completed? Look at he slaps down the data pad. That one single explosion has caused over 300 different things to be fixed.
Well, that's why we're in this meeting, Theo. To get you some help. I know that iShow and Bryce should be able to help with some of the programming and finding the spots and reworking a lot of the circuits.
Yeah, the computer system. I've spent the past few hours re-encrypting everything, so at least theoretically we should be more secure. It's a higher level algorithm than the past one. But it still needs to be your call whether or not we reinstate iShow. There is a risk, of course, because I don't know what got into our system, but the asset might be worth the risk. Again, I've poured over his code too, and it all seems to be good.
Well, I mean, if we're not seeing anything and iShow is going to increase our efficiency, then we should, I say we take the risk. And I don't even think that's much of a risk if you've looked over at Bryce.
Okay. At that point, once iShow's reinstated, I should be able to help with some more mechanical things if that's where I'm most needed, Theo.
No, that's fine. You go ahead.
Yeah, and barring any incident. Shung, do you have any mechanical aptitude?
Not as such, no. I'm afraid not.
Well, you seem to work well on the away mission. An extra pair of hands, Theo, might be useful.
Yes, I can hold the occasional spanner, if that's what you're asking.
Do you know anything about the model of the ship?
Well, from the looks of it, it's in rather a state of disrepair, I would say. No, I don't know the model, no.
Okay.
Not familiar, I'm sorry. Bit of a landlocked sort of person until recently, but that's another story for another time.
Well, if you don't mind, Shung, if I can have you shadow Theo, at least get some of the interworkings of what he's doing. We like to cross-train as much as possible on the ship in case something happens to one of us, or there's always something going on. I need someone's help.
I did have one other thing I needed to get done, but I suppose Sadie will just have to wait. No, it's not what you're thinking. Get your minds out of the gutter. We're just going to have her do my nails, but that can wait. In fact, they'll just get messed up anyways while we're working on the ship.
You see, Longbeard kind of like raises an eyebrow and looks at Theo, and then says,
Okay, Theo is, he's got his right hand, leaning up against his temple, and he's got a blank face just staring out into space.
Well, on to more important matters. I'm gonna go look at all the reboarding procedure equipment, go over all that after what we ran into out there. Something like that getting on the ship could be very devastating, so I want to make sure everything's tight.
Oh, fuck, I forgot. Alright, we'll have to head outside and do a complete check of the outside of the hull of the ship, too. Make sure none of that shit got on us. Oh, gosh.
I mean, I'm gonna have to put on one of those suits again.
no.
We all know what happened the last time. Had a sort of panic attack, but I'm over that now. It's okay.
Well, it's more dangerous moving around the ship on the outside when we're moving at this speed, so we'll leave to the more experienced people to do that. Theo, while you're working on the main stuff, maybe I'll just check and I'll go out and work with Melba and Fred and see if I can scan for any of that bio crap that was on the space station.
Yeah, go ahead. Just make sure to have, like, a plasma torch on you. That way you can fire them off.
Alright, we'll do. And let's see. Okay, so Kazuko's going to help. Kazuko, do you have any other mechanical skills? I mean, I know you're a security specialist as well as extremely combat effective.
I wouldn't necessarily call it mechanical skills, but I can tinker pretty well. I'm good at looking things over, checking out.
Computer systems.
Fairly decent.
Maybe you can shadow Bryce and work with him after you check on the systems you set up for security. Correct?
Sure. Sounds great.
Excellent. So, in Loris, we have him cleaning out the shitters. Is there nothing we can put him on that's better than that, Theo? Since those are automated.
He's still staring out. He'll kind of just look at you. I mean, I guess I could put him on something, but I'll have to double check his work. I had to do that last time. I had to do that while was looking at the defense matrix grid, which, by the way, looks like shit. It is tied up. It is the worst mess I've ever seen. When I was his age, I never did anything like that. I got my shit done, and I got it done right.
But
he leans right back in his chair. God.
But the defense matrix is working, though. I mean, it looks like shit, but
it's working now because I was double checking what he was doing,
okay.
Fixing the things that he either refused to fix. I don't know whether he gets it or not, but if that all fails, he also dies. So, what do I know? What do I know?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you really have a problem with them, we'll just have to get them. I don't know where else to put them. Where else can we put them on the ship?
Well, I mean, as far as cleaning up everybody's waste, he seems to be doing a pretty decent job of that.
Hey, the chutes, they're all cleaned up. What next? You guys gotta start wiping them seats better. That's all I gotta say.
Fantastic job, Loris. How about,
Man, that stuff was on the floor, too. I don't know what you guys ate, but it didn't agree with you. Oh, my goodness.
He'll hit the mute. He'll hit the mute on him. Maybe we can put him with the new guys. Oh, by the way, Shung, you're going to be scheduled for some gravity training.
I suppose.
There's no I suppose. If you're going to be out here with us, you're going to need these are survival skills. You're going to need to learn this. This is important.
Yes, okay. Yes. What time?
We'll start it in the morning. That's
Can't do
usually
it. How about the afternoon? I have previous arrangements.
What are those previous arrangements? You weren't.
It's private business. Let's see. I have a window. Just a minute. Let me check.
Where's the pleasure box?
2:45. Yes, 2:45 to 3:30 should work, I suppose.
Oh. Shung, we don't really have. Ship comes first, and the things that need to be get done on the vessel, unless it's something that's medically relevant.
Fine. No, that's perfectly fine. I can push back my facial mask treatment.
Facial mask treatment? Well, look. Just in the morning, okay? In the morning.
Fine.
Upper level.
That's perfectly
cargo
acceptable. Hold. Okay. Upper level cargo hold. Yes. Got it.
Longbeard is just rubbing the bridge of his nose.
It feels rubbing.
Hey, what was that all about? Cut me off. I had to reroute the circuits. What's going on? Don't you want to hear me talk or what, huh? You want me to just go back to sleep? I can go back to sleep. It's like no skin on my nose.
Oh, sorry about that, Loris. There's just a lot of things going on up here.
Yeah. What's next?
Loris, we need you to check the armor stretcher in room C. You can get on that.
Yeah, all right, Captain. Yeah. All right.
So, Theo, how long do you think until the ship's back up to full?
How long? Probably. I mean, if I pull an all-nighter, I can get it done by maybe tomorrow.
Even with the help that you have, plus me and Bryce helping?
Yeah, I've done it with less. Done it by myself. It doesn't really matter at this point. I'll get it done one way or another.
Let's see, we have 4 hours till we dock at the asteroid.
Which one is this? Is this a Zillion station?
Yeah, that was the one that was closest, or at least the closest when I was doing the quick nav jump.
Zillion station. That sounds really familiar.
I don't really know much about it, to be honest with you. It was one of the ones that was marked as okay by the cogs. So.
Hey, honey, is the Zillion station sound familiar to you? I don't know. For some reason, it's ringing.
Zillion State. You know, I think I had a wedding reception there once. One of the girls. Yeah, it was nice. They kicked out all the scum first, and it was fine when they did that. But I kind of remember people being kind of upset about that for a while. But it was wonderful. Oh, there's somebody screaming up here. Hold on a second.
That's
What is that horrible noise? I keep hearing things up here. It's freaking me out.
That's just the sounds of iShow being reintegrated into the system.
I'm sorry, the coils give off this whine. It'll be over in a moment.
It sounded like painful screams. I hope that he gets set up right. He's not going to kill us this time, is he?
Not if I can help it. He seems to be functioning normally.
All right. I just don't want to be, put out into space. And But back to the subject. Zillion Station, yeah, I think it's a kind of a rough place, but I don't know. I think it'll be all right. Just watch out for the scumbags. That's all.
Gosh, I keep thinking there's something else about it. It's not coming to me. Anyways, those repairs are going to take a while, Longbeer. We'll get them done.
All right, so and then as Longbeard kind of looks at everyone, individually, and then he stops. He's like, "Wait, where's Samantha?"
She's probably in the med bay.
That's weird. She didn't come to the call. Longbeard, Sam.
Where's Dax?
Pawn doesn't answer.
Wait.
Bryce checks the cameras through his Neuralink.
And where do you find Pawn?
Pawn is in an EV suit inside the hydroponics bay that has a rupture in it. Not the suit, the bay. And she seems to be covering the plants with tarps that may be sealing in atmosphere. She has a little device that's pumping it into the tarped gardens. Pawn just seems to be tending to some of the damage in hydroponics. I can go over and talk. I can go check on her in just a moment. Kaz, did you want me to set you up with a computer panel and all relevant security information?
Yes, please. I'll start reviewing all that.
I can pipe that through to your quarters if you'd like.
Yes, that's
now you see that, Longbeer? That is a model individual.
Han? Most definitely.
Well, yeah, she's kicking ass. She's already on top of it. She doesn't even need to be in this meeting, and she's already getting it done. Theo's arms leaned over on the chair. He's leaned off to the side and stuff. And she just, why can't Loris be like her?
Well, Longbeard kind of frowns at him. Come on, Theo. Nobody can be like her.
He just shrugs his shoulders at you.
But yeah, I'll have a talk with Loris and see if I can get him to help or figure out what the hell's wrong with him. I don't know. Maybe I'll have him retake the test and see if he answers the same.
Hey, was that the armory thing? And was that room F? Is that what you said? Yeah, that shit's fine.
Loris, I said room C. There is no room C, and there's no such thing as an armor stretcher. So, apparently, one of us is not telling the truth. We're both not telling the truth.
No, it's totally fine. I fixed it.
Of course you did. Loris, can you meet me in my office in 2 hours?
Hold on, I'm in the bathroom now, but yeah, I'll beat you. I'll beat you up there.
Thanks. You get the rest of the time off. With that, Longbeard turns to Theo and just frowns. He's like, I'm sorry, dude.
How did you, the leader of the rebellion, get this?
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. This makes sense.
Are we done with the meeting? Can I?
Yeah, we're all set. Let's get to work and get everything done. Anyone needs help, just contact me first, and then I'll try to get help too.
Okay. Theo grabs his data pad and gets up. He's wearing. I didn't describe my character before last session, so I'll do it now. He's got black pants. They're reminiscent of leather, but they are outfitted with pockets and pouches on the sides. Somewhat tight. He's got a jacket on. It only comes past his chest a little bit, so there's space between his waist and chest area where the jacket is, and it too is outfitted with pockets. It is bright red. The left side of the jacket where the sleeve would normally be, is gone, revealing his metallic arm, which was once chrome, but is now gunmetal gray.
Nice.
On the sides of his face, there are what looks like computer circuit panels etched into his skin. The sides of his hair is shaved. The top of his head is rather fuzzy, long at the front, slightly dyed blue, while the rest of it is a darkish black. The back of his head revealing multiple circuits and various ports and cordage in there. His front of his actual shirt looks like Under Armour, but it's got like a hexagon pattern to it. Again, this is in like a darkish blue, gray sort of look to it, and part of it comes up to almost the bottom of his head, so it covers up most of his neck, while the collar of his jacket kind of is frilled up. Then he grabs his data pad and walks out.
So Cass, I'll get you set up, suit up in my EV suit, and then I've got to check on Pond. Just make sure everything's going okay.
All right.
Most of the info should be on the monitors. Is there anything specific you were hoping for?
No, but I just want to just investigate everything, make sure everything's looking great, you know?
Okay, let me know if there are any specific systems you want altered or, more complicated changes that you're hoping to make. I'll see what I can rig in terms of implementation. I really appreciate your new stance on security here. I'm still a little spooked as to what got into the system.
Yeah, it's just a lot of worries in me. I worry about everybody here. We've all been through so much. I just hate to see something small get by us and wipe us all out.
Just find some time for yourself, okay?
Will do. Kaz is gonna head over towards the all the equipment that we use for reboarding. He's just gonna look it over and make sure everything's tight, everything's sealed right, everything's working right. He's not really gonna be able to fix anything, but if he notices something wrong, he'll definitely bring it to notice. And he's just gonna check out all the entrances and exits, make sure everything's locking down right and everything.
Okay, so you head out to do that. And let's say that you spend some time there. What do you find? Is everything up to specs?
When I did a test on the lockdown chamber, it wasn't holding all its pressure, so I'm gonna go ahead and get a hold of Loris and wake his ass up, tell him to get over here and take a look at it, put him to some work.
So you hit him up on the comms.
Loris, you awake?
Did I miss the meeting? What's going on?
I need you to come up here and check out this isolation chamber. Doesn't seem to be holding all the pressure. Let's go.
Is it supposed to hold the pressure?
It's supposed to. We can't let anything be getting out of here if something's isolated in there.
Is this for like sick people or something? Sorry.
Yeah, if someone is contaminated is in there, and that gets out, that's going to affect you, my friend. Let's go.
All right, give me about 15 minutes.
Kaz just kind of like rolls his eyes, shakes his head. He's beginning to think that he's on board with everybody just getting rid of this guy.
All right. While you're sitting there watching some of the the problems with this thing, it starts to leak this strange gas that you're not familiar with.
Is it okay? I immediately put on my my helmet. And I'm gonna grab something I can find, and I'm gonna wrap it around the area of the hose that it's pissing out of. And I'm gonna hold it there, and I'm gonna get Loris back on the mic. Loris, you need to get up here now. Let's go.
13 more minutes, buddy. I'm on the way. It'll be all right.
This is an emergency. We all could be in very grave trouble here. Let's go.
Like what kind of emergency? Like we're all gonna die emergency, or like?
I don't know. You're the mechanic. Let's go. There's some kind of gas leaking. This is your job. Let's go.
All right. 3 minutes.
3 seconds now.
All right. I'm coming. Go get your panties in a bunch. So about 2 minutes later, Loris will show up. He's like trying to buckle his belt. But no, it smells like I don't know. It's not good. What was leaking?
This hose. Do something about it. Let's go.
Well, it looks like you got it stood up pretty good there. Just don't let go, right?
No. I need you to figure out how to shut this off, and you need to replace this hose immediately.
He grabs a set of tools off his belt, and he goes to the start of the hose, and he just starts like wailing on it with the wrench.
What are you doing? Do you even have any clue?
Well, I figure if I mangle the end here, it won't let any more gas out. Clank! Clank!
All right. Stop!
Clank!
Stop. You need to go get Theo immediately. Right now.
Jesus.
Nah, man, I gotta fix this.
You ain't fixing nothing.
List of doom.
I will.
Clank! Clank!
Alright, I'm gonna just push him away. And, he's gonna go sliding a little bit, and hopefully he sees that this is a serious matter and he needs to get it.
Holy crap, you're a big guy. You know, you're not made out of flesh and blood anymore, right? Except for that face chunk you got on top there. It's like a steak resting on top of an old B4 converter.
Listen, make yourself useful right now. Go get Theo up here to fix this. And after that, we're gonna discuss what we're doing with you. We've had enough of this.
He hits his comps. Hey Theo, this metal, I don't know, this thing up here, like, this freaking nature wants me to stop fixing this thing. I was gonna save us, but he's stopping me.
The monitor screens pop up and Theo's face is on it. He has, now you notice these, what looks like round shades that kind of cover the sides of his eyes on him. He kind of tips them down.
Yeah, steak face over here wants me to stop. I was going to seal it off here at the root, the thing, the acknowledgement. Yeah, right there, that thing.
You don't even know what that is?
Acknowledgement, right?
Acknowledgement?
He has not a clue. We have a serious issue with a gas leak up here. We need it taken care of immediately.
Yeah, I was thinking. See, I was banging the crap out of it right there. Gonna
Boris,
stop it off.
Enough.
I'll be down there right away. Theo out.
Hey, buddy, no need to get rough. All right, I was just trying to do my job. You're holding me back. That's all I gotta say.
You weren't doing your job, and you need to watch your tongue with how you talk about me.
I mean, have you looked at yourself lately? Like, seriously, dude. Like, who thought that was gonna be a good idea?
I'm gonna let go of the gas tube. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna grab him by his shirt. I'm gonna bring him right up to my face. I'll say, if you do not stop, you will see my full power.
Whoa, hold on there, big guy. Damn, you smell weird. Seriously, just put me down. I won't bang on nothing. I'm done. Okay, I'm done.
Go back to your quarters. leave me alone.
I swear to your robot makers that I'm not gonna do anything else. Holy cow, jeez, just put me down.
Get out of my face now.
Hey, you can even keep that wrench thing. All right, I'm out of here.
Kaz runs over and continues to hold on to the area of the leak. Make sure not too much more gas is leaking out of there.
Yeah, there's actually more coming out of the base of the hose now since he banged on it.
Yeah, holy shit. Alright, I'm gonna get on the mics with Theo. Theo!
Yeah, I'm on my way down there.
Yeah, he really screwed this up. It's getting worse. We need you up here now.
It's good.
He's a real, I don't know, real piece
Seal
of work,
off.
that guy.
Seal off security section C5.
Alright, we'll do.
Airtight seal. Get rid of all the ventilation to it. Theo begins inputting that inside, and afterwards you see him come inside. He'll have a breathe mask on. Holy shit! Why is this all banged up?
That's your young apprentice there, Loris, and his
No!
wife.
No! Don't call him apprentice. I did not choose him.
Well, we need to figure out what we're doing with this guy. He's complete uselessness to us and creating more problems than we need.
All right, let me get started here. You can let go of that seal now.
Alrighty.
He takes out the sealant and begins putting it all over it. It shoots out in foam, and the foam then starts to coagulate over the leaky parts until the more gas escapes.
And also, the isolation chamber wasn't holding all its pressure. I don't know if you need to take a look at that as well. That was my one of my main concerns, why I needed him up here. And then one thing led to another, and he just created more of a mess for us.
He runs his fingers through his hair, kind of leans up against the back, and starts typing down on his data pad. He's kind of mumbling under his breath.
Theo notices that the gas doesn't seem to be one that should have even been there. It has a weird sort of, well, you can't really smell it, but the color to it. It has an orange tint to it.
Why is this gas even in here?
I have not a clue.
We don't know. Nobody knows why the gas is flowing through. This isn't even... What was this originally going to be used for?
I have no idea what the gas is for. This is the isolation chamber. If something comes in contaminated, this is where it goes.
Okay, but this gas here, this is not anything to do with any kind of decontamination.
No.
This is the pressure relief gas that's used in the hydraulic manifold engines.
Hey, Cap, I feel it's... Hey, Cap, I ain't supposed to be spitting up blood and crap, am I? Oh, God.
Oh, whoa. Loris, what's going on? Did you breathe some of that gas in?
No, I didn't breathe.
Okay, well, it sounds like... Did you breathe in some of the orange gas? This is important.
Yeah, well, maybe a little up my nose.
Maybe a little bit. Holy shit. You should be... Okay, good. Samantha. God. Samantha.
Bryce will still see her tarping things off in the hydroponics bay.
Is Bryce picking up what's going on over comms?
Oh, that's up to you. What do you think?
Well, I think that he's been reinstating Aisho through the Neuralink and keeping an eye on things while he does so. So he might. Sorry, Theo? Pawn's still in the hydroponics bay. I'm just heading out to see her.
She needs to get out now because Loris is in a medical emergency. Oh my god, he's inhaled some hydrophilic gas. He's He's gonna die here soon. Come on.
Oh, shit. Bryce just kind of dashes into the hydroponics bay and gets Pawn's attention however he can. Probably, well, if she's facing him, he'll wave both of his arms. If she's not facing him, he'll rest a hand on her back.
All right, she's totally engrossed in what she's doing. She jumps about a foot to the left and actually like smacks you in the face with her right hand when you touch her.
Well, did it crack my EV suit?
She's not that. This isn't Buffy the Vampire Slayer, so no.
Okay, that's good to know. All right. Just sort of puts his hands in the air with a kind of "it's me" type gesture, and points to where the comm link on her suit should be, and is just gesturing, wondering if it's working at all.
She taps it twice, shakes her head, and then she cracks her head off the wall real good. And you'll see a little light pop in, like light her left cheek, and you can see the color of her eye. And she turns to you. Oh, I'm sorry. You scared the life out of me. What's something wrong? What's the matter?
You've been doing great work here, Pom. It's really nice, but we've got a tiny medical emergency on middeck.
Oh, who's hurt?
That Glorious guy, he inhaled some gas. I'm not even sure what kind it is.
Wait a minute. Is that the one that's sleeping all the time?
Hell, I don't know. Well,
yeah, he's the one he's talking about dick jokes and stuff. That's him, right?
That's him. I hate to say it, but it is still kind of our job to keep him alive.
All right. Can you finish up for me here? I got most of them tarped off, and they should be fine. I was just really worried about it. I figured this was a good place to focus my attention. But
it was a good idea, Paul.
Okay. Just
proud of you.
I'll go get here. She just like hands a tarp off to you, and she starts. She's like walking fast. She's not running or jogging though.
Okay, Bryce is finishing up what she was starting and just kind of calms over to Theo. She's on her way.
I've already got him. I'm taking him down there now.
Oh God! I guess I should have sniffed that stuff up my old. I think my hair's burning on my nose, man. It sucks.
I think your brain cells are gonna be dead here in a second.
Oh God, I'm sorry I got that shit on your shoulder there. I'll do your laundry for you, all right?
Oh God, don't even touch the laundry. How do you? Just
Sakes.
Shung, don't be standing around either. How about it to get out of the way? Come on.
I'm trying to help, but he's spattering goop all over the place.
Oh, that's what happens when somebody's dying. Let's go. Come on.
Just give me a hand.
I am.
Ugh. Ugh.
Here, move him in under this bed.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
3.
Watch the treads. Watch the treads.
Okay, I got it.
It's like touching my ass.
Yeah, that's likely. Look, just put your head under this. Or over this, actually. Better over than under.
Yeah, his mechanical wheel legs are sort of like spinning in the opposite directions.
There's some sort of off switch for that. He fumbles around the back looking for something.
Theo reaches down and you hear a and then it stop.
Hey Theo, you got some like oxygen or I don't know, like a sweeper you can suck this shit out of my lungs with?
Oh Jesus Christ.
Theo begins looking around. Okay, here we go. He puts this mask over his face, and you hear like a little and like it starts pumping it out.
Facts. He sort of like vomits into the hose.
That's fine. The hose is designed for that.
He's not contagious, is he?
No, he just inhaled hydrofluorocene.
Oh, is that all? Well, that's much more comforting.
You'll see chunks of flesh with the vomit that's running down the side of the hose.
Oh my goodness.
Some sort of sensor alert. Is there some sort of leak?
You'll see radiation signs start flashing on all the monitors.
Radiation? The shields are up.
Look, I know that this man is in trouble and things, but I really just need to get out of here. The walls are just closing in, and I can't really concentrate. I'm just going to go for a breath of fresh air. I'll be right back.
Captain, this is Anel. I'm getting some strange readings coming from that box that you brought back on board. It seems the rads seem to be coming from there, Captain, and they seem to be intensifying.
You can hear the sound of the echoey sound of the voice because he's in his EV suit on the outside of the ship.
Captain, do you read me? Do you hear me? I'm unsure, Captain. I can't locate the direct source, but all those boxes are in there. The batteries, those mannequins.
Bryce chimes in. Wait, that's in engineering, right? And that's such a heavily shielded area. I'm surprised we're even getting a rad read at all. If anyone goes in there, make sure you're suited up.
I have never seen readings like this, Bryce. Anyone that goes down there is going to get a dose. Several.
Oh, damn it.
It's flowing out in pulses. It's going off the charts.
Guys, is going
Can you get Theo to handle that? I'm out here on the outside. I gotta take me a little while to get back in.
Kaz, Kaz, can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on. There's radiation coming out of the engineering area like crazy.
I'm gonna go down and lock down the whole section, cutting off all everything.
Just be careful. I mean, there's not a lot of you, but I'm sure your face is going to get irradiated. I don't even know if anybody should go in there.
Theo, can you pull out the iodine stims corner counter, medbay? It should be
sure.
on the third shelf, section C.
Okay, I got some.
I don't know if it'll affect Kazuko, but oh, hell, I'm not a doctor. What can we do to shield you from rads, Kaz?
I don't really require any breathing, but I can always just shield, put my helmet on, and I can hope that keeps all the. It's pretty airtight.
Airtight's not the problem. Radiation doesn't care about oxygen. It just cares about penetration of certain layers. I guess we can put.
Is there something with your synth blood? Is synth blood like regular blood? I don't know anything about you.
No, my synth blood is mainly just for temperature, to keep my brain operating properly.
Oh, see, that radiation is going to create a huge temperature difference. If it's fluctuating that much, it's got to be getting hot in there.
Captain, I'm looking at the feed. All the cases have slid over to the one with the mannequins inside.
Okay. Did you?
I'm getting also some strange readings of high electromagnetic pulses.
Yeah, I'm seeing that too.
That can't penetrate the shielding on the inside of the ship, right?
Well, it depends on how strong they are. If they pick up any more, they could end up crumpling the shielding.
I'm heading back in. Keep me informed. Make sure Theo knows about this. I mean, Theo knows to take care of it.
Theo is taking care of it now. He heads over to the paneling and begins to through that section where he's at, he ejects all the stuff out into space through that bay.
Okay, so you vent the entire chamber?
I vent the whole chamber, and all the stuff gets out, except for the sphere, the gravity sphere that we picked, the generator.
What about the quantum bomb?
A quantum bomb.
Is that the same chamber where the escape capsule for?
Oh, that one's destroyed.
Oh, okay, right.
That was actually used, and we actually successfully destroyed most of the She vessel like that.
Okay. Good
We
to know.
have bombs now, but
Sorry, just keeping inventory.
Okay, so on a lot of the monitors, I know will bring up a picture of the boxes sort of tumbling out, and you notice that they're all together. They aren't floating loose and tumbling. They're just one big mass.
I'm seeing debris out here. Did you vent the area?
Yes, I vented the entire area.
Captain, radiation levels seem to be getting back towards normals, but I'm still getting strange readings from out there.
Out in the bay or out by the boxes?
The boxes, Captain.
Yeah. I say power up whatever weapon we have and destroy the box.
As that's
Unless
happening.
anyone else has a better idea?
I say we get a safe distance away before we do that. I don't really want to...
Well, we're traveling super fast, so...
Weapons locked, Captain. There seems to be a malfunction, however.
Ah, crap.
Just a sec. Is it mechanical in nature?
Hey, Kaz, are you down there? Can you get in there and start kicking some shit around? There's got to be a loose wire somewhere.
Will do. Kaz is fumbling through everything.
Just make sure the connections are there. Something must be loose.
He notices one of the wires has a little nick in it, and immediately thinks to himself, fucking Loris must have been in here. So he grabs a little bit of like a rubber binding, and he wraps it around and heats it up to like close it back down. Should be all set.
Test firing. Test fire worked. It's off a little bit, Captain, but do I have your permission to engage?
Yeah, please, re-engage.
Target has been destroyed, Captain. Radiation levels are returning to normals.
Okay, excellent. Quick thinking, Theo.
Theo's head just kind of... His forehead's leaned up against the monitor screen. Yeah. Yeah.
So about this time, Shung comes back in. Oh, that was much better. What did I miss?
Nothing. You didn't miss anything.
You're looking a bit peaky. Are you all right? You didn't inhale some of that gas, did you?
Nope.
You're not contagious, are you?
Some people might say I'm contagious.
I get you. So, what are we gonna do with this bloke here?
Keep him alive until Samantha gets here.
Well, if there's nothing else I can help with, I'm just gonna pop on down to the vid bay, have a little tug, if you will.
A tug?
I'm just gonna watch a video. Yes, a movie. Yeah, whatever you call them. Your ship.
Okay.
All right.
You'll see the dark-haired, tattooed, and heavily modified girl walk into the room. She sort of eyes Shung and up and down, and shakes her head.
Excuse me?
She walks past you and sort of like rubs your sort of bumps into your shoulder, and she doesn't move out of the way for you.
What is your game here? What are you trying to pull here? Who are you?
Are you the one dying? Then shut the hell up. She turns around and she starts looking at the hoses and things that are coming off the face of Loris.
Yeah, we did the best we could for the time being. He inhaled hydrofluorocene.
Did you give him any shots or anything?
Yeah, I gave him some stem shots just to calm him down. But he's been coughing up blood, and it looks like bits of flesh. That hydrofluorocene is highly acidic. It's probably eating away at him as we speak. I don't know how deep he's inhaled it, but I think he's got way more than he's letting on.
She moves over to the cabinets, and there's some boxes and things that aren't in the right spot, and she just sort of like slams them with her left hand and scatters them all over the ground. Stim needles and things, and are just like dancing and tinkling on the ground. She starts just rummaging through drawers, and she grabs this laser scalpel, and she runs over to Loris's neck, and she just quickly starts cutting into him.
Kaz steps in the room. He says, "That's right. Don't be easy with him."
Kazuko!
Kaz, hold him down. I don't have time for... I have to do this now, or he's dead.
Kaz gladly walks over and really pins him down, puts a lot of pressure on him.
Theo takes straps and put them around his head. That way he can't move his head very much.
You smell the sound of burning flesh? She starts cutting into it. She starts just like moving her fingers in the cut, and his arms and legs start to thrash underneath Kazuko.
Kazuko's kind of got like a little bit of a smirk, just thinking of like the way he was talking to him earlier. He feels a little bit of sympathy, but not much.
Theo, give me that pituitary gland replacement over there, the stim.
Gotcha. Here you go.
I think his is fried. And she just jams the needle up into his neck. It's like a 6-inch needle. And she starts pushing this bluish gray fluid up in there.
Don't worry, Loris. I went through much worse, and if worse comes about, then you could just end up just like me.
He's gone completely rigid, and his eyes are just like twitching left and right.
What's happening to him?
You can let go now. I think he's been immobilized. That's all I know how to do. The shot is either going to work, or it's not.
Jeez.
How did he even breathe that stuff in? Is that supposed to be on board? I've never heard of a gas like that being on board a ship like this.
It's usually used on the hydraulic, it's an industrial hydraulic lubricant. It's only used because it doesn't decay as fast out here in space due to cosmic radiation. Usually it's put on the outside of the hull of the ship.
You're right, it doesn't decay. It's going to be in him for the rest of his life, if he has the rest of his life.
I don't even know what he was thinking. He started just breathing it in. He should have had his breathe mask on the entire time.
She opens up his eyes, and she's like trying to get a little flashlight and move him across, and he's not responding at all. All we can do is wait, Theo. I have some training, but I just don't know.
Oh. Seems his ways have caught up to him. This is one of the reasons why we're going to have to definitely start screening things as they come in as well. With that radiation and everything. The security measures are just starting to look slack around here.
So, wait a minute. What was going on with radiation? What was the issue there?
One of the boxes and containers had it was dispersing a lot of radiation. I ejected it all into space and then blew it up.
Oh.
We're gonna really have to beef up screening measures of everything that comes on board from now on.
Well, Yeah, I mean, did you not look through that stuff real well? Or...
We didn't have time to look through this stuff since we were being fired upon.
No, that's right. Well, Cass, I hope that in the future you can prevent any such things. Weird stuff gets on the ship. I don't know if have these guys told you any stories. Just pick their brains sometime over a hot cup of tea. They can tell you all kinds of nightmarish things.
I'm gonna have to figure out a stationing bay outside the ship for any material that we could post there before it comes in.
If you think that'll work and it'll keep us safe, I mean, we have kids on board now. Kids. We don't want them breathing this. Like, look at this guy. You see that? You see those chunks of blood? That's his lung that he was breathing out. You don't want your kid, like Theo. Do you really want your kids to end up like this guy, or worse?
Why would you think that I would?
Well, regardless,
I don't know.
we can't be having stuff coming on here, stuff that could spread. We just can't.
I mean, that biological stuff that was out there that you guys had, I mean, if that stuff got on board, I mean, I don't even know what that would do if you breathe that stuff in.
Theo puts his shades up on his over his eyes, and he takes in a deep breath, obviously trying to remain calm and not go off. He'll then kind of glance over at the other two. Right. I'm off.
Well, I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be right here, but there's not much I can do. Bryce, he's taking care of the hydroponics bay. It should be about finished. I have it all isolated. The oxygen and the carbon dioxide levels are fine. It looks like it'll be all right.
The kind of a stone cold face looks over at her and goes, "Excellent work, Pon."
She nods, and the jewelry in her face sort of swings back and forth.
Yes. As soon as that door closes behind him, he just starts kind of cursing to himself.
Pon, if you have any ideas as far as security goes around here, please make note of them. We'll take them into consideration. Right now I'm going to go and get into the system here and see if I can help Bryce out and figure out what might have been sneaking through.
I don't really have any ideas other than just talk to the captain. I mean, he has military experience. I mean, Bryce was plugged into the system for a long time. He might have some ideas. Honestly,
anything you would notice that you would think would be beneficial. That's all.
Okay, if anything comes to mind, I'll make sure to contact you.
Thank you.
It would be nice to live on a ship that isn't so dangerous.
Agreed. Danger comes in many forms, especially lately. I'm gonna go and start getting into the mainframe system and just going through and see if I could pick up any traces of whatever was wandering through our system.
You do some scans. It seems like the gas is localized, and due to your safety precautions, you managed to vent it, so it's no longer on the ship.
All right.
What's the captain up to?
The captain is Veer to Theo.
Yes, Longbeer.
Theo, I finished the scan out here with Noah and Fred. I was going to have them, looks like there's a hole in the hydroponics area. I'm going to have them start working on that. Is there anything else you need them to do out here before I head back in?
No, that should be fine.
How are things going in there? Did that leak have any problems? The radiation cause any problem?
No, I'm going to have to vent, I'm going to have to derad the entire bay in that area. I can do that. I've been looking here through some of the subsystems, and that gas should not be in that area at all. I don't know how it got into there, but it looks like it was rerouted into that area.
Which gas you talking about? The radiation gas?
Not the radiation gas. It's the orange substance that Loris has inhaled.
Loris inhaled gas?
Hydrofluorocene.
He's still alive?
Barely. Han has him stabilized, but he is in a comatose state. Unless we get him some expert help right now, he might not make it.
Oh man, I wish iShow was up. Someone could have informed me of that.
iShow is down.
Yeah,
Also,
iShow. Damn it.
iShow should be up in about 10 minutes. Sorry, I'm just finishing things up in hydroponics.
Bryce, have you noticed any strange reroutings? Because I see here that one of the computers had rerouted some hydrofluorocene gas into an area that just shouldn't have any.
That is bizarre. When the computers did that, it wasn't physically rerouted?
No, I'm looking at it right here on the screen. It's the computer just rerouted it.
Okay.
The time index is before the station had exploded, or something like that. It was somewhere around that time.
It must have been part of that same breach. Again, I don't know what the origin was. I'm sorry. I thought I checked all our systems. Everything seemed to be in order after that, but I must have not identified the gases properly when I was looking through the indexes and... Shit.
It's okay.
I'll sort it out.
Yeah, definitely not something to worry about, Bryce. I mean, any one of us. It's
something to worry about if I ended up killing one of our crew members.
Wow.
About this time, Dax stumbles in. Found you guys.
Did you breathe some of that stuff in too?
Well, I saw some kind of alert, but no, I was just having a toke. Needed to relax all this fucking stress. Tell you.
What stress?
From the alerts and shit, it gets my blood pressure up. You know, I just can't handle it. So, but yeah, I just wanted to check on everyone, make sure you're all okay, pretty much.
Theo
walks away. Really fast.
It's his problem.
Everyone's a bit on edge. Don't mind them. I mean, look at this poor bastard. He breathed this stuff in. I don't even know if he's gonna live.
Oh my God! What is wrong with him?
Don't step there. That's part of his lung.
Jesus Christ. Well, I really should have been here to help. But it looks like you guys got everything under control. So, I was preoccupied, I'll admit.
But didn't you hear any of the comms? All the stuff going on? You said the alerts. You obviously heard them.
Yeah, I did. I heard them. I knew you guys would have it under control by the time I rushed down here.
You know what?
I was right. Look, I was right.
Make yourself useful. Make yourself useful. Go over there, grab some rags, and wipe this poor bastard's face off. Look at that stuff. It's running down into his ear.
Okay. So he walks over, grabs a couple purple rags, starts wiping away the mucus, the phlegm.
And put it in one of those containers over there. I gotta analyze it later.
Got it. I'm on top of it.
Are you? I hope so.
Yeah. I'm always on top of it, if you know what I mean.
You see Pawn's face get like bright red. she looks like she's about ready to kick you in the balls or something, but she just keeps
Speaking of which,
she's monitoring
Pawn,
things.
I was meaning to talk to you about something. Since you've been back, well, not back per se, but Are you free tonight? Perhaps 7 o'clock or
Am I free tonight?
8 o'clock?
And what's in this theoretical dream scenario do you think that I would ever do anything with you?
Look,
Now wake up that vomit and blood and put it in that container over there. I don't want to hear another word out of here. You got me?
Look, you're getting hysterical, and that's good for nobody. We're in an emergency crisis situation.
Yeah, that's right. You see those needles over there? I'm thinking about jabbing in your face right now, so just leave me alone.
9:30?
She grabs one of the needles and slams it into the table.
All right, okay. Look, we'll talk about it another time, okay, bud? I got some stuff I got to take care of here, so...
Yeah, you know what? You wipe the what? That's enough. I'll get the rest. Go do some pointless endeavor where I just don't want to... Just get out of here.
Fine. If you don't want me around, I'll leave.
She grabs a glass container and hurls it at your head.
He narrowly ducks it as it whistles past his ear, shattering into the bulkhead behind him. Look, you're clearly not in your right frame of mind. You're getting out of control. So I'm gonna just go check out the
fuck is going on?
See you later.
Get him out of here. You two. You know what? Everybody out of the med lab. Damn it. She goes over there and manually starts closing.
I can lock it. Don't worry.
Bryce, lock this. Keep them all out.
All right.
Unless you're bleeding from the anus, I don't want to see anyone back in here.
Look, what's going on?
Nothing. It's all taken care of. We had a little situation. She tried to kill me, but not uncommon.
You realize we almost had a serious meltdown, right?
Yeah, it seemed pretty rad, if you get my drift.
Oh, yeah.
A buzzer goes off above the door to the med lab, sort of prompting them to leave.
No, he was already outside.
Oh, okay. It slams shut and it locks.
And but before he finishes laughing, he grabs him, shoves him right up against the wall with his metal arm.
What? Yeah, look. There's no need for violence. We're all friends here.
No, we're not. Now, you've got one order. All right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm listening.
Okay. Get your ass to the bridge and start relaying for Captain Longbeer. Got it?
Fine. Sounds
Go.
great.
He lets him go.
Oh. Get your gears in a twist, and he gets out of the door and walks off.
Where's Kaz at this time? Ricky there?
Yeah, Kaz is... He's heading his way towards Bryce.
Okay, you bump into him?
Yeah. Is there anything I could start helping you with here?
The hydroponics... Well, I just finished up what Pond started in there.
She's got her hands full right now.
What? Well, yeah. I'm just about done reinstating iShow, and then I'm gonna re-review the indexing on our materials, because somehow I fucked up royally.
You want me to start taking a look at that for you while you're finishing up here? Or?
No, it's okay. Is there... You were talking about new protocols. What do you need to to get them going?
I still need to sit down and make out some plans, overview everything. They're definitely going to need a different entering procedure for all material. I was thinking about maybe setting up some kind of bay outside that it would rest in until we could get to it before just letting it in. Because who knows what comes in with stuff.
That makes some sense. We've had ships sort of tethered to the Okina via an umbilical before. If we were to just, I don't know, find a dead wreck somewhere and repurpose it for that seems feasible.
Great idea. I mental note of that one. I'm just gonna keep searching around and just making sure everything seems like it's gonna hold up, and I just, I'd hate for something small or even just minute to get on here and just spread around and start wiping us all out one by one.
Bryce just kind of nods somberly and then jerks his head up and says, I've got to get this EV suit off and get back to work. It seems like you've got a good handle on this, though, Cass. You're gonna do well for us in security.
That's my plan.
Bryce hits comms. iShow is back online, everyone. Alright, I'm gonna head to storage and get this off.
Excellent. Thank you, Bryce.
Bryce just kind of pats Kaz on his big metal Genu shoulder and walks away.
Pierre to Theo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm about done out here, but I'm looking in the back, one of the injector ports for the engines.
Yeah.
Looks like it's clogged. There's something in it. I'm not really sure what's in it. I don't know if you want to flush it or you were going to do that anyways.
Let's inspect it before we do anything hasty. Enough things have already happened.
I guess we'll get an Elder shut down temporarily, and then I'll go back there and check it since I'm out here already.
No, hold on. Send one of the bots down there to look at it from a distance. Theo then kind of connects us up with the onboard cameras and launches a little camera probe around to the back.
All right. You hear some tapping, and then Veer talking to Fred, and a couple seconds of chatting back and forth. Fred, meanders down there and begins to investigate. Theo, as you see, I guess you're going to use the cam on Fred. His personal
No. This is like a probe cam. It's launched.
One of the probes. That's sweet.
Yeah.
So when you move the probe in to look, you can see that there's some sort of remnant of the space station itself actually jammed inside that injector port. It's not slowing the ship, but it could, cause more damage if it gets blown out or broken. So we'll have to pull it out of there.
There's a piece of the station lodged in there, Longbeard. We're going to have to shut this thing down. We can get that out manually. If we try to inject this, it's going to cause way more damage.
All right. Well, I'll get Fred to keep going down there, and I'll move over, and we'll just contact Nell and let her know to shut the ship down.
Don't worry. I'll tell her for you.
Thanks.
Hey, Nell, shut down the ship real quick. We have to get something out.
Okay. Is it important? Is there something wrong?
We got something caught in one of the injector pods. It's a piece of it's debris of the ship, of the station.
Okay, I'll shut them down now.
All right, thanks. And afterwards, he just kind of starts to get his suit on and heads out. And while he's out there, he'll start spacewalking right towards the injector.
Yeah, when you get there, you see that Longbeard's already got Fred in there, and they're trying to, just kind of yank it out, manhandle it. There's no way that this piece is going to move out.
Oh, well, not if you keep yanking it like that. That's just going to keep jamming it inside. You got to take this apart bit by bit. He crawls inside of it, and using like a torch, he'll begin. You'll see like little flashes of light zip out of there as he begins to work. Yeah, this is going to take a while. This damn piece is jammed all the way in there. And by the looks of it, oh shit, it's done pierced part of the hull.
Yeah, that was my concern. It's also made of something harder than the ship's hull. I'm not really sure what it is.
Begins looking it over. Huh. That's, oh wow, that's part of the inner core.
The inner core?
Well, there are 3 layers to a station like that. So this is one of the 3rd layers, the inner core. Not the outer layer, mind you, but rather the inner layer. I guess you can call this the 1st layer. This is what's used for the radiation shielding against the main nucleonic drive of the ship.
So that's made of that rare metal then?
Yep.
So we can actually maybe salvage some of this? We'll have to scan it, but...
Oh, we can definitely salvage this.
I wanted to ask you, I didn't even think about it, but when you jettison the stuff that was emitting the radiation, you didn't jettison the gravity drive, did you?
No, we still have that.
Oh, good. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I didn't see it, and I didn't really think it mattered if, protecting the ship if we had lost it, but it would have made that whole trip worthless if we lost that.
Theo crawls and peeks his head out and goes, I am not going to destroy that, alright? I worked way too hard to get that out to get that destroyed.
Good to know.
Longbeard.
Yeah?
This ship is pretty fucked.
Yeah? I mean, we've probably been in worse scrapes.
Yes, we've been in worse, but now we have worse crew as a result of it.
Well,
Loris is on the table dying. Shung is off watching a movie or something.
I thought Shung was following you. He was shadowing you.
No. And you know what Dax? You know what Dax did?
I have no idea.
All he did was piss off Samantha. That's all he did. That was his greatest accomplishment for the day. Pissing off Samantha. And not knowing what to... What kind of a rebellion is this supposed to be anyways, Longbeard? Is this the happy fun time rebellion or what? I didn't come back so that I could sit there and fumble around with this half-ass shenanigans going on. I just want some payback. Right? I want payback against Jylan. I want payback against the She. But like this nothing's gonna happen. Like this, we almost died several times.
I feel the same way, Theo. But I mean, I can only fill the ranks with the people that sign up. We pre-screen them. I can never guess at how they're going to be personally. I was hoping that him, at least in Loris's case, spending some time with you would allow him to, mature, I guess, become better. I don't know. Dax, that's a little unusual for him, though. Yeah, I mean, normally he's fairly good on the bridge. So as far as work goes, I don't really mind, though. That seems uncharacteristic for him to just disappear like that.
This is getting ridiculous. That AI computer of ours nearly killed us, almost succeeded. It had hydrofluorescent gas in a place where it shouldn't have been. And then for some reason I don't know why he decided to go in there and start breathing that stuff in. That's incompetent.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely goes against any basic safety protocols that would have been put in place. I don't even know what had happened. I mean, you shut it off. I mean, you could have manually shut it off from the outside. You didn't even have to go in, right?
Yeah, I could have. There's a lot of things you could have done to approach that situation, but
Well, it sounds like he's a danger to the ship.
Hmm?
He definitely sounds like, he's causing more problems for the ship than helping.
Well, now he can't help anybody because he's coughing up parts of his lung.
Oh. Did Pond get to him in time? Do she think he'll be okay?
She stabilized his condition, but that's about it. We need to go back and get some legitimate crew started. We need a doctor. We need some more qualified personnel.
All right. I agree. We'll I'll ask Bryce. I mean, obviously. Or Bryce. I'm sure you're listening in.
Bryce chimes in. I'm sorry. I don't mean to pry.
It's fine, Bryce. Well, I mean, do you think that's best course of action? We'll drop off Loris. I'll talk to Dax and see if there's just anything. Maybe he's just having I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. But I'll talk to Dax, and then we'll send out for more crew. I mean, our ships. We have more ships than we have people, and what we're so thin that unless we go back to just us running the ship. But I agree, we definitely need at least a doctor. I don't want to put that on Pond. That's not that's not her job.
Well, she does good doing what she does now, but she only knows so much right now, and she lacks a greater amount of expertise. Unlike a certain other doc that we had, except he turned out to be a low-down son of a bitch who betrayed us. So.
Yeah. Yeah, don't remind me.
Afterwards, you see pieces of the actual of the chunk of the that was lodged inside start drifting out. All right, there we go.
Longbeard grabs a hold of piece and just manipulates it and moves it towards towards Fred, who grabs a hold of it and starts bringing it back towards the airlock.
I'm going to sit here and patch up these holes and then be right back out.
All right. You sure you want to do it manually? You don't want to. You don't want to have one of the bots do it, or?
At this point, I want to make sure everything is done the right way.
All right, then. When I get in, I'll start working on the weapon systems, get them back online, see where the damage is specifically.
Check in sector C47 inside the targeting chambers. The targeting computer should have the malfunction in that sector. If it's not there, then try checking the power couplings in the D sector. Try using a 405 spanner on it.
All right, I will do. You sure you don't want to use a 406?
The 406 is way too messy. The 406 is way too messy for that job.
Yeah. You're going to find a little bit of joy here. You got to keep the ship safe, keep your family safe, and then destroy the She and the Earthers. That's a small thing, right? Anyone can do that.
He kind of looks at you with, you kind of tell that he wants to, but like a part of him really doesn't want to laugh.
Yeah.
He just kind of shakes his head.
With that, Beer kind of just grabs his shoulder like he normally does, and then just, gives him a shake and then heads off to go back to the airlock.
Kaz is going to get a hold of Longbeard.
You catch it for Longbeard. He's just coming out of the, got his EV suit off, and he's got his command uniform back on, and he steps in. Kazuko, how you doing?
Pretty good. I'm going to set up a new protocol of a second bioscan after after decon. So we're gonna do bio, decon, bio.
Okay.
Just when we enter the ship, just to be on the safe side. So next time you go out, when you come back in, expect that to be in place.
And are you going to put that on all the entrances, including the cargo bay?
Yes.
And the ship?
Especially the cargo bay, and we're going to be setting up like an extra detection unit in the cargo bay as well. So you immediately get alerted to anything that could possibly be in there, so we don't run into the same rad problem we just had.
Not sure if it's, if you could think of a use for it, but we do have quite a bit of inner core material that we just pulled out of the ship. If you could think of a use for it that might help in the security, just let us know.
Yeah, I'm gonna get in touch with Theo later on about getting a couple more things together. I'd like the cargo bay to be able to be completely shut down from either your position on the ship or a couple different positions.
I've also transferred secondary control of all the ship's security bots to you.
Oh, thank you.
So if you want them to be on guard duty or specifically moving around the ship or whatever they're under,
Alrighty.
Obviously, they're part of the command structure, but, you have complete access to them now.
All right, thank you. And if you need me, I'm going to be in the conference room. I'm going to start getting some stuff together. And we'll hold a meeting on some more of the protocols coming up in the future.
Excellent. Good job, Kaz.
Right, thank you. Good day, Captain.
Longer nods and then walks down the hallway.
We're going to switch gears here and head over to Sheng, who is currently plugged into a virtual reality program with his Fleshport. And what is the scene right now? What is Sheng Springs?
Well, without getting too graphic, you hear noises, and in the dark, the very low illumination, you see some sort of grinding movement. That's all you dare to have a look to see.
Okay. Some soft music starts to play in the background. It starts out very low. It starts to intensify. It has a very ragged sort of edge to it, like the distortion or static, but it's still music. It's almost like it's close to being noise, and it slowly builds up in intensity and volume. The woman's face you haven't really seen too much of, and she whips her hair up. It's these dark black tresses, and you're staring into someone who looks very similar to Pawn. She leans down and bites into your right ear.
Lovely, dear. That's fantastic. But can we go back to the previous program? I'm not really into your kind. Yes, let's go back to what was his name? Rudolph? Yes, Rudolph.
This is my playground.
Yes, I'm sure it is. But Rudolph or Ralph, whatever his name was.
The sheets turn into cockroaches and scatter.
Oh my God! What the fuck?
She sort of sits up on top of you and puts her hands on your stomach, and out of her mouth comes this 6-foot long snake. It's covered in blood.
He tries to rip off the headset, and he's fumbling with the straps. Jesus Christ, get it off of me! Get it off!
The reality for a second flashes into, yes, you're plugged in. Yes, you think you're reaching for the Fleshport to yank it out, and then you're back in the virtual reality world.
Oh, no.
You find that there are skeleton hands grabbing your wrists and holding you down to the bed. The bloody snake is sort of going left, and it's piling on top of you.
I promise I'll never do it again. I'll never do it again. I'll never conjure up those images. I'll get back to work. I'll do whatever you want. What do you want?
The end of the snake spits out a chunk of the ear in your face.
Oh.
Does Bryce say something? Is that...
The cockroaches are actually like on 2 legs, each of them, and you have a feeling they're watching you, even though they're facing away from you. If you see them kind of on the periphery, and the carapace of their backs seems to sort of form a face that, apart from missing a lot of scars, looks very much like Bryce. Each and every one of them.
Yeah. What are you doing in here? What in the... This program is... This is not right. This is rape. Oh...
Yeah, the neck of the snake starts to wrap around your neck, and its mouth goes up to your ear again. Its tongue is flicking your earlobe, the one that's half there.
Oh, Mary, Mother of God, this... I don't... He tries to reach up in the VR, but his hands are moving like they're moving through molasses, like extra thick syrup, and they can't get up there fast enough. He's shaking his head from side to side, trying to wrestle it off. Moving his head violently. Oh my God.
You're suddenly falling, tumbling through space. You sort of sank into your bed, and it tears like some fleshy substance.
They were right to say I couldn't come on board this.
Faces in the dark
Here.
fly past you, up above you. They're all smiling,
They were...
and their eyes like sexual organs.
I know what this is, but you didn't believe what I said. I didn't believe either. Oh, this is happening just like it happened again. I didn't want it to happen again. Oh, I said, I promised, and it never would happen again. I paid them the money. I paid them all of it. Oh.
You look around, and what do you see?
What? Where am I? You're here? I was looking for you, but I couldn't find you anywhere. You're here, and he's feeling around, and he's not even trying to unhitch the straps from his flesh port. He's just there lying naked, and the sweat is just like pooled all around his hairless body. And he's just laying there completely exhausted and in a daze. And
Odd hand reaches out and holds it out to you.
What? What is this? Who are you? Who is there?
Seems
What?
like you have done something to yourself. Are you in need of assistance?
I don't even know who I am anymore. That's slowly coming back to me.
The commission sent me. They wanted to make sure that you had not damaged anything.
Damaged? What? The commission. Well, you know, the commission and I have never been on the best of terms, but they really didn't need to get involved. This was a misunderstanding.
The face of the bot turns into Kazuku's head. It starts to talk. Rick, you can jump in here.
Are you alright?
Look, am I all right? Am I all right? This bloody machine just about fucking killed me. And you have the gall to... were you sitting there watching this whole time?
You didn't like the pleasure.
Were you sitting as a peeping in on this travesty? You know, I paid good money to come on this ship.
You hear the sound of applause. The lights go up, and you're in like this giant amphitheater, and everyone is, woohoo! Woohoo! Yes! Amazing, sir! Amazing! Encore! Encore!
And Shung is just mortified. His hands are just gripped together.
Woo!
White knuckles. The words are just caught in his throat.
Kill him! Kill him! Take his blood!
What? Oh, what?
The sea of clapping goes to a quiet, and there's only one set of clapping going on. An old figure, a very short, Ganjin-looking man, begins to approach. He's in a very nice-looking suit. As he slowly walks forward, his head is revealed, and the light of the stage is around you. He looks up at you.
You!
That was a beautiful performance you put on there, but I'm afraid that this is all the evidence that we'll need. Your days are numbered.
Wait a minute. This is just a misunderstanding. This isn't what it looks like. You have to believe
It was a
me.
misunderstanding when you were born. Your family had no rights, but yet your bloodline still allowed you to claim that which was not yours. But, thanks to this, now I finally have all that I need to take back what is mine. Mine, stolen from youth. A twisted smile racks across his face.
As he's talking, cockroaches start to fall out of his mouth. They all have a face.
Garcia has his head floating around, and he's just...
What? You people are insane. This isn't natural.
You hear dramatic violin music coming from an orchestra pit by the stage. As Bryce and Pon are staring up at you. Just sort of as though they're waiting for whatever's next.
You get that man back. Bring him back here. I'm not done talking to him. We can fix this. We can work this out. It wasn't what it looks like. Bring him back. Bring him back.
A snake starts to crawl out of your mouth. You can feel it undulating from your intestines up. And out comes the snake that was flicking your earlobe. Sort of flicks out onto the ground. It just
The snake opens up its mouth to reveal a head squeezing its way through.
Oh, no.
It's the captain.
What? Get me out of here! Get me out! He starts just tearing at the trodes and everything that's connecting him.
You see the captain just falls to the ground and stands up before you, 9 feet tall, massive and imposing. He points down to you and says, "You're unworthy to be on this ship. You're unworthy."
I am worthy.
You are not worthy.
I am worthy. I'm worthy.
And then the old man, you see him in the background, his hand pointing outwards, shaking. "Oh, there, see, he admitted his lies. Oh, great Sojo, please, let us purge this bloodline once and for all." And you see giant, massive nobots approaching from behind. They're shaking the entire ground. The whole stadium begins to crumple all around, and these two massive hands begin to slowly come in around you, blocking out the light and then encompassing you in a dome.
And the tune from the violins is so romantic now. It's bizarrely gentle.
No. Please, I can change. I can do it. I can do what you want. Please.
You may go now.
Thank you. Oh, I knew you'd see it. I knew you'd come around.
And then you're suddenly falling out of your chair, and you're being held against the side of the wall by your flesh pork. You've come back to reality.
He, using the last remnants of his energy, wipes the sweat from his face and rubs his eyes in disbelief.
Are you experiencing difficulties right now? May I be of assistance? I sense an elevated heartbeat and chemical levels beyond norms.
Assistance. You want to be of assistance? You could give me back the last 30 minutes of my life. That's what you could do.
I can alert the crew to your current traumatic
Alert
state.
the crew. Alert the crew.
Captain.
It was the crew who did this.
Captain, are you there? One of your crew members seems to be experiencing temporary lack of normalcy.
Go ahead, Aisha. Who is it? Transfer it to me, too.
Look at your monitors. Shung, I believe you call him.
You can see the captain looking huge as he gets close to the camera, a massive face in front of you. Are you okay?
You! Oh, Jesus. Oh, get back, get away! Get away! And he's like trying to rip the helmet off, but it's already off, and he's still got the flesh. He's just completely naked with the flesh poured on.
Aisha starts to play a song that is not the same as the one in the dream, but fairly close. It has violins.
No, not again, not again.
Check, calm down. We're coming down there. Okay.
Captain, do I need to run some stims over there?
You need to, someone needs to get to him. I think he was...
Sedatives, more like. Sorry.
Aisha, shut down that music.
Sorry, Captain. Kazuko, we seem to have a security situation. Can you please report to Area 35?
I'm away.
You hear from the speakers in the room you're in, or Shang does, just Bryce reassuringly whispering, "I'm on my way. I'll be there soon."
The first to arrive are the heavy footfalls of Kazuko.
What's the issue? What's the security issue?
So when you get in there, you see him. He's just crumpled in the corner. Get away! Get back!
Are you alright?
No, they're coming. They're all coming. They're coming. There's thousands of them. Thousands!
Who's coming?
The men with the bug eyes. The tentacles, they're coming. They're going to tie me down again. They're going to do it again. They're going to take it all away.
Alright, you need to calm down. You've gone completely sideways, my friend. And I'm not just kind of like go over it. I'm not going to like really like. I'm just going to kind of like put my metal hand on his shoulder. Trying to help
No.
Kazuko, do you want
No.
to shoot out suppression gases into that area?
Yeah, this man needs to calm down. Please do.
Suppression gases released.
sleep, my friend.
And he just completely crumples. He's out.
Bryce, take your time with the stim. Suppression gas have been released in that room. Don't go
Oh
in
yeah, I noticed that.
I'm gonna suggest we isolate him in this room, and maybe have one of the females in here with him to comfort him when he awakens, and we'll figure out what's going on here.
Captain, the situation has been resolved. Did I act appropriately?
You did well, Aisho. Thank you. Aisho, are you operating at 100%?
I am currently at 14.7%, Captain, but it is climbing.
Excellent. If there's anything that we can do to assist you, let us know.
Yes, my new programs seem to be in place. I am just slowly organizing them for efficiency.
Aisho, can you keep special attention to Shang, anything he does? He's going to be locked in his room.
Yes, Captain. I can monitor his actions, speech patterns. Yes, Captain. Should I alert you to any strange behavior?
Yeah, if you could actually calm me and Pon at the same time, that would be good.
Should I analyze his face and guess at the thoughts that are going on behind his eyes, Captain?
If you could just monitor him and keep track of those things. I don't need to be updated with that all, but if I ask for it, it'd be nice for you to have that information. If you see anything that seems like he was going to be a danger to himself, then yes.
Should I dump the files on the rest of the crew with that other information? I have been analyzing your face since I came online.
Since just now? Since you came online?
Yes, Captain.
Bryce quickly checks and makes sure this is one of Aisho's normal operating procedures.
Yeah, it seems like he analyzes everyone and stores that information for the captain or anybody with the correct codes to access them.
Excellent.
Yeah, just maintain the normal storage of that as you would normally. Bryce, you heard that, right? So just make sure you know that information's there.
Absolutely.
Captain, this is Pon. I'm in the med lab. His life signs are stabilizing. I don't think he's out of the woods yet, but it's looking, I guess, positive a little bit. Just wanted to report in.
Thanks, Pon. Do you want me to come down and check him out?
No. Honestly, Captain, I would just like to be left alone for a while.
All right. Well, if you need anything or any help, just let me know. I can head down there.
Understood.
With that, Beer goes back to working on the power coupling C47 with the 405 wrench. God damn it. No wonder Theo swears all the time. All this shit is all stuck all the time.
Bryce leaves a message in text on one of the panels in the med lab, basically just saying, "I'll be in the cafeteria if you need to talk."
You'll see her go over to the monitor, through the camera, and she'll start typing some things. Thank you. I look forward to talking with you again. And she leaves this little smile emoticon that looks like it's crazy.
Looks like it's crazy? Okay. Alright.
Kaz closes the door to the room and sets it to lock. And he controls one of the security bots to come by the room and directs it to just stay by the door area. And just shaking his head, he's thinking, what the hell is going on around this place?
Kazuko, do you have any orders for security detail?
Stay by the room. If you hear anything out of the ordinary, any kind of struggle, alert everyone on board.
Explain out of the ordinary. And should I use lethal force?
No lethal force will be necessary, but any grievance, struggling, it's like loud voices, anything out of the ordinary for this man.
Non-lethal force. Understood. And the security bot just sort of turns around and looks into like the small little window into the room. Inside, you see the sleeping Shang.
What is going on in this place? I'm gonna head back to the conference room and finish up on the end of my evaluations.
Okay, so how about we head up to the cockpit? We have Dax and Nell. You've been up there for quite some time. Nell's just sort of staring out. She seems to be... she's not real talkative, at least she hasn't started a conversation yet. But at some points, she just... she looks over. So, I don't know. Got anything on your mind? Thinking about anything? It's really fucking boring up here. Dax, are you, did you fall asleep or something? Well, if you're not going to talk to me, then I guess we'll just sit here up here in silence. And you'll see Adele just sort of stare out into the light of space, and she seems to gravitate towards the blue light of the rift. It's diffusing out, and the strange energy-like tendrils that are thrashing. You can even see from this far out. And now to Theo. Are you there? Are you busy?
Hey, what's going on? I'm just still working here. I got most of the repairs done on this side. I'm working my way down.
Is everyone all right back there?
Not really. Loris inhaled hydrofluorocene, and he's in critical condition right now.
Well, I mean, we've been through worse, I guess. I'm sitting up here with this Dax guy. Honestly, he's just too quiet. I just wanted to talk to you.
Oh, he didn't. Okay, well, he's probably quiet because he was pissing Samantha off earlier. I don't know what he was saying, but she threw a beaker at him.
Hey Dax, why don't you just take over for a while? I'm gonna go see my husband for a while, okay? Yeah, whatever. And she'll walk out of the cockpit. I'm heading down to you. Do you need some help? Is there something I can do?
Yeah. Meet me on the lower section of the cargo bay. I'll be down there.
You know where the kids are right now? I haven't heard anything from them for a while.
Hello, now I can hear you. What the hell happened?
Oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
That was messed up. That was weird.
It's technical difficulties.
Okay, anyways.
But basically, Anel was talking to you, and Dax seemed like he was sort of preoccupied with something and not responding. So she started to leave, and the last thing she says was, can you just take over for me? I'm going to go see my husband.
Sure thing.
Just keep her going. Keep an eye on the sensors. If anything weird pops up, just let them know.
Yeah.
All right, I'll be back.
Yeah.
And she leaves you behind. What's Dax doing as she's making her way down?
Am I the only one up there?
Yeah, currently you're the only one in the cockpit.
He is fiddling with some knobs. He's adjusting the gain on the monitor. And he's, you see him typing something and looking around furtively. And you see on the monitor some of the security cameras popping up for various crew quarters, I suppose.
And probably the med lab as well. You see a pawn working down there.
He does see Pawn working, and he just kind of like wrinkles his nose.
Meanwhile, Annelle's walking down there, and she eventually meets up with Theo. You're always working. There's always so much to repair on the ship.
He lifts his head out. He's got a few scratches on his face. He's covered in grease. His other arm is pretty scratched up. He's got his jacket off. In fact, the kids are wrapped up in the jacket, and they're laying down on something soft across from him.
Huh.
They got a little tired, and I kind of wrapped them up.
Did you talk to him for a while?
Yeah, I got to talk to him a lot. Walton seems to be really interested in the inner workings of the ship, as is Elena. I think Elena has an artistic streak. She was showing me this drawing, and he'll show her this little drawing that she made. It's of the rift.
It's hard to believe that they're ours sometimes. I know they are. I just. Are you ever scared of them?
No. Why?
Well, I mean, you know as well as I that they didn't have a normal childbirth. I just think about the hands of those she on their little faces and hands. Sometimes that's all I can think of when I'm with them. That maybe they aren't mine. They're not ours. I know it doesn't. I shouldn't be thinking that way. But don't you have any doubts? Or?
He gets up and he walks right up towards her. No, I don't have any doubts. Especially when they walk up and they're saying, "Daddy, Daddy, look at this."
When I look at them, they're just so beautiful, and I can't help but think that maybe this is just some other way of these horrible things to mess with us, get us attached, make us love them. And I'm scared, Theo.
Don't be scared. They're our children. 100% ours. And nothing that the she will do will ever change that.
Yeah. I haven't been sleeping all that well lately. I keep having these dreams.
I know. Your night terror last night was pretty severe. He begins rubbing his neck.
I'm sorry about that. I can't. I just thrash. I'm surprised he even stayed on the bed.
He unzips it. That's that part of his collar of his neck, revealing 3 deep scars that look like finger prints where someone had like almost hooked their claws into him.
I kept picturing the kids coming into the bedroom and just jabbing us with these wires. They had these glowing monitors in their hands. I don't even know what they were doing. I keep having dreams like that, where they're experimenting on us and watching us while we sleep.
I do too.
Why didn't you tell me?
Well,
You need to share these things with me. Can't tell you.
I didn't really think about it at first. I'm kind of used to having dreams like that. After a while, it kind of feels like white noise. And when I wake up, I see you next to me, and then I see the kids, and I don't really feel so bad about it no more. I feel happy.
Those aren't the only dreams I've been having.
Yeah?
Her eyes are getting sort of watery, and her edges of her mouth are quivering a little bit. I had one the other day, and I killed them. I killed them, Theo.
It was just a dream.
I snuffed their little lights out, and I couldn't help but feel a little relieved.
He begins shaking his head. It's just a dream, and now there's nothing to read into it. With all that's happened to us. For Brian to have something messed up like that. He would never do anything like that, and you know that.
The longer I'm on this ship, the less sure myself that I am. I'm scared. I'm scared of what. I'm just being stupid.
No, you're not. I really wish I had never dragged you all into this.
Oh, it just can't keep happening. Some good has to come.
He kind of looks over at the children. I'd say that's some good. They're pretty happy.
Even they are tainted, Theo. They're... And she reaches over and sort of moves the hair out of Elena's eyes. You're right. They are ours. They're ours. And we can undo whatever the she have done to them. Just raise them right. That's all I can think to do. Care for them, love them.
Yeah, that's right. That's all we need.
And she just sort of slides over towards you, gives you a hug, buries her eyes into your neck.
He holds her tightly. I kind of wish I knew what to say right now to you. But I don't.
Sometimes you don't have to say anything.
Well, I want to let you know that you all have made me very happy. I never felt this happy before in my life. For the first time, I feel very... I don't even think about what happened to my parents anymore. Part of me is angry about it, but another part of me is relieved.
It's nice to see you as a father, Theo. I loved you before, but now when I see you with them, I see you laughing and carrying on and the smiles on their faces. I don't think I could have found a better person for myself. All the space stations and moons there are out there, I don't know how I lucked out. Finding you.
He embraces her even tighter.
Well, I'm sorry. let me help you out. Is there anything I can do? Turn something, carry things for you? Help you out in any way?
Yeah, help me out down here in these tunnels. I'm gonna need somebody to help me start doing some manual scans. We got to run a few analytical, systematic scans across the entire subsection of the network.
Okay, I can do that.
And Theo crawls in first. Oh, I got my monitor on so we can see the kids at all times.
That's good. It's good to keep tabs on them.
Hey, did you forget that we still have those implants?
Wait, what?
He kind of taps at his head. Their mental implants that they have that they can communicate to each other privately.
You know me. I forget that. I'm so used to using the hand computer.
No, I'm just reminding you.
Well, get back in there. The sooner we get done, the sooner we can go to sleep.
Yes, ma'am.
She sort of kicks you into the tube. All right. Let's see here. Try to get everyone together somewhere else. I think Kaz is in the conference room. Let's see here. Shung is sleeping. Okay. Are you there, Rick?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So you finished up your reports in the conference room?
Yeah.
Get them all typed up or entered into the computer system?
Yeah, everything's in the computer system. It's going to flash up on a screen as like a PowerPoint presentation type deal.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call everybody to the conference room. Meeting in 10 minutes, conference room.
Kaz, I need at least an hour to finish putting on this ion coupling into the system. If we can do it after that, unless it's ship important, like where the ship's going to blow up or something.
If you need, I can come over and discuss it with you. I'm just in the cafeteria across the hall.
Yeah, let's, you know what I'll do is, anybody that can make it can come on down and, you can discuss it, and I can, send everything else, to the system to you if you're busy right now, and you can read it over and, just get back to me with any, details you might have that you want to input it in there.
Yeah, that would be excellent. That'd be great. I'll key in and keep my comms open in case you need to ask any questions or if I have any questions.
Sounds great.
So Cass is in the conference room, and in walks the security bot carrying the unconscious Shung in his arms.
Why do you keep in here?
You
The comms. Is not this a member of the crew? The bot sort of sits him down into a chair. And Shung comes awake.
It's fine. Shung, how are you feeling, my friend?
27 Lancaster Street. I've told you this before, and I don't want to keep repeating myself. You just need to listen.
Bryce steps in through the door, looks down at Chung, looks up at Kaz, and asks, "Is this what our meeting's about?"
Our meeting is gonna entail this, encounter here. But, no, the main, focus on the meeting is actually, the security details. And, some things I'd like to implement and, get into place here as soon as possible.
You'll notice that the security bot has a laser light on the back of Shung's neck. The light seems to be emanating from its chest.
Bot, what are you doing?
Monitoring the target, of course.
Non-lethal force, of course, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, while you're here, what I'd like to get down to is the cargo bay. I'd like to have that as locked down with a control panel in order to enter and exit it at all times.
Right.
And,
That makes sense. That should be fairly simple to implement. Bryce just sort of sits down at the table with his stein of this brownish gray liquid.
I want it to be also have a decon unit in it, so whenever anything goes in there, it will be decontaminated. I'm just trying to figure out a way to have everything pass through there without entering open space that we would be involved in. But that's something we can communicate with Theo on.
Bazuko, this is Aisha. Have
Yes.
you considered the idea of nanotechnology and your ability to disable it before entering into the ship? The databases suggest that we have had issues with biological and cybernetic and machine nanobots in various stages of our travels.
No. That actually slipped my mind. I can implement that as part of the procedure for sure. Thank you, Aisho.
The databases suggest that electric current seems to have disabled some of them in the past, though the Shi like to change their technology, as well as the other factions. Sorry, the thought occurred to me, and Captain allowed me to speak freely.
Yes, thank you, Aisho. It's any recommendations are welcome, and that will definitely be taken into thought.
We could look into a more robust internal sensor array. Just something that works on a microscopic level, at least posted at entrances and exits.
Yes.
We can convert one of the medical scanners into something like that. It shouldn't be too hard to do.
Well, I was thinking taking one of the couple of the security bots and maybe implementing that onto them as well, and have them patrol the entrances to the ship. There's no reason for them to be roaming around freely when they could be busy around the entrances at least.
Cass, this is Anel. We're right in the middle of something. We're going to be a little bit late for the meeting. Is that all right?
Yes, that's fine. You will be able to uplink to the conversation later on. At a different period of time.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going to turn our comms on and just keep talking. If we have anything, me and the hubby, we'll just speak up. Okay?
Sounds great. And then we need to figure out what has happened with this young friend of ours here. Does anybody have any idea what he was doing in that room?
What are you talking about?
We have Shung here. He's, he was in a bit of a state earlier and he's been sedated.
There's some sort of breakdown of sorts.
Last time I saw him, he said he was going to go watch some vids. Do a tug job or something? I don't know.
It looks like when I keyed in, he was plugged into the New Realms. I'm not sure. Maybe he put in the wrong program. I don't know. Bryce, you could check into it.
I could check into it. I can't say I've jacked into New Realms in years.
Is there any way of bringing up what he might have witnessed?
We could ask number 4.
I'm gonna have to get on that and just make sure it's something that wasn't related to outside the ship. So we don't need anything getting in here that doesn't need to be in here.
Yeah, I'll talk it through with him.
Captain, should I initiate playback of New Realms experience?
Yeah, I don't think any cognitive problems can be caused by watching what he went through. Yeah, I guess go playback. Video for them. Obviously, I can't see it from here, but I'll listen in.
Please look at the monitor. I will start from the beginning. And you see what starts out as a fairly normal, exotic scene, erotic scene, but it slowly turns into a nightmare. Sean, you start to hear all these things as if you're reliving your nightmare.
No, not again. Not again. Take it away. Take it away.
I would say that's what caused the reaction.
Is that something that's drawn from his own mind, or is that...
They pause the recording when the snake is flicking his ear. Should I continue, Captain, or...
No, I think that's probably sounded pretty bad. How was it, Bryce?
Captain, I could show you one frame out of 10 in a fast-forward motion, just to get the gist of it.
No, I'm good. Thank you, Aisha.
You'll see the screen goes black.
Bryce is kind of looking around the room nervously.
So, Bryce, yeah, good.
Has anyone here logged into New Realms recently?
I have never had a chance to.
I have not as well, but I've actually thought about it in my current state, but after seeing this, I'm not sure I'd really want to.
For that matter, when was the last time any of us spoke to number 4? Since he had the IV put in, we've hardly seen him around.
I don't know. He kind of slipped my mind, to be completely honest.
Yeah, same here. I just kind of avoided his area. If I had to go in there, I made sure to knock and tell him that I was doing some maintenance.
I've thought about getting a hold of him, but I've been caught up with all the security detail about getting a flesh port put on me, but...
God damn it.
Captain, this is Pawn. If anybody likes to... We got a bunch of those down here still. I don't know if you guys want to install them or not. I'm here if you want me to make sure they can jack in.
Yeah, is it going to be possible to cast jacking?
He has a spinal cord. I think it will take some finagling, but I think it's perfectly viable. Wait a minute. Kaz, you already... Didn't I install one on you already? I thought I did.
No, I have not received the flesh port.
That's right, we just talked about it.
Yes.
Well, this lungless bastard down here, he's not going anywhere, and he's stabilized. So if you want to come on down, I'll... yes, even you, Dax. Everyone can come down. Doors are open.
We won't be having anything fly by our heads, will we?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
We won't be running into any matters that we ran into earlier with things flying by our heads.
No, I'm sorry. Just duct tape his mouth shut, and I think everything will be all right.
I'll be there with him, so it shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, just like pop him in the face if he gets, frisky.
Yeah, not a problem. Just let us finish up here, and we will head down there.
I had a little talk with him, so he should be behaving himself. He'll kind of roll his eyes as he works.
Well, I'm down here whenever you're ready. And then it sort of cuts off.
Dax, you there?
Yeah.
Did you hear that? I'm gonna meet up down there, get flesh boards.
Yeah, I heard it.
No more issues, okay? Just let her do her job and we'll be on our way.
You got it, Chief.
So I'll meet you down there in about, say 5 minutes.
Great.
Alright, Bryce, that's kind of the basic lowdown I have right now. Like I said, it's uplink, so you can get in there and put any notes you would have. Let's start working on getting all this done as soon as possible.
Absolutely. I'll forward any of the, more physically technical aspects to you, Theo. I was thinking maybe some high-intensity UV emitters for decontam?
Excellent idea.
UV emitters do work, but there's a lot of things nowadays that are adaptive to UV technology. We might want to use something a little bit more potent, but not as invasive.
That's true. A delicate balance.
Well, if it's just for material, I don't see why it would be an issue.
Also, we have to make sure that UV rays are balanced perfectly. If they're at the wrong frequency and we get too much of a dose, we'll be giving ourselves skin cancer. We won't have to worry about anything about contamination because we'll be dead.
Oh, I understand. I was more meaning for when we are not in the room. And decontaminating objects. Or the exterior of our EV suits.
Well, in that case, I guess it wouldn't be much of a problem then. The only other issue would be trying to make sure the area is habitable afterwards, but that's not too bad. We could just flush out all the rest of that radiation. Yeah. We'll just have to abide by the interfactional radiation assignment treaty, unless anyone really cares about that.
You know I don't.
No, the safety of the ship should overrule all of that.
Well, it's not really safety of the ship. Mostly it's a protocol for dumping radiation out into open space. Radiation doesn't just dissipate, it sticks around as clouds.
Yeah, but we don't want radiation in the ship either, and I'm not willing to go around protocols to ensure our own safety, so...
Well, that's really to ensure the safety of other ships as well. We don't want to be pointing a cloud out there and then, some helpless vessel accidentally comes across it and... Well, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing stuff out there. And he gets back to work.
Well advised. Yeah, I would say those rays would definitely come in handy, and for material, at least not on for you guys' skins, but the more processes that can eliminate whatever could be coming in would be great.
Captain, I'm getting strange readings from Shung. He seems to be going through something.
Is he alone?
He's sitting in the chair right in the conference room. What does his face look like there, Jason?
Wait, Shung or Dax?
Shung.
He looks like a mixture between just waking up from 20 years in cryo and someone farted really bad. Hello? Oh, sorry. I thought I cut out again. My phone.
No. There's no one in the room with him. Oh, just the robot.
The robot's there. Kaz is there. Bryce is now there. Yeah. I think the captain's there too, right?
No, I'm still in the tunnel fixing the ion.
Oh, that's right.
Projector for the candy.
You just called it.
Bryce, what do you think of Shung here? He doesn't look very well.
I think that, well, I hope that what he's gone through is mostly psychological. I don't know. I would recommend at least, advising people against using New Realms for the, next little while until we have a chat with, number 4.
I agree.
That's a good idea. We can have ISO shut that down, or do you want to manually shut it down, Bryce?
I don't think we should shut it down. I don't know what that would do for someone who's been using it for so long, to be honest.
Can we just add a password?
Maybe.
Yeah, I know that sounds simple, but
Captain,
if
the way
possible.
New Realms was set up
There,
is
pull it
to
out. Sorry, go ahead.
constantly... Excuse me, Captain. I will shut up now.
No, go shut. What is it, Aisha?
I can wait.
No, if it's a good suggestion, I may want to use your suggestion.
Captain, from the database information I have been able to research on New Realms, it can't be shut down.
We can block access to it, though, right?
It has its own power source, Captain. And if you shut it down, it seems like you will destroy it.
We can physically block the flash ports, though.
Right, which is what I guess I'll do. Once I finish this, I'll head down there and disassemble the connectors.
There is much information on those who have been addicted to this product. Their goal from the design stages was something that lives on its own. The other reality, I believe, is the catchphrase. I believe they used the phrase, leave your body behind for many years, but after the many deaths, they changed it.
Well, I don't think anyone besides number 4 wants to be in there permanently. And if we can't actively control anything that goes on in there, it's not safe for the crew. So we'll continue the protocols. I shall monitor all the where the jacks are. Make sure that no one jacks in, or if they're about to, let us know. Kaz, you may want to set up guards at those. There's only 3 ports that I know of.
Will do. I'll program that in.
There is one more possible concern. It's theoretically possible to backdoor from inside New Realms to the computer system. It would be very difficult for one to do anything from in there, given the encryption I've put in. However, I imagine that someone capable of doing that, at least someone capable of doing that, is already in there, so... I don't know. It's a long shot. I can, however, do what I can to patch up that back door. I'm not fully certain why it was put in there to begin with. But it's just how New Realms is integrated with ships. It just seems to be part of their design spec. And when we transferred from the smaller vessel, we transferred by the manual. So presumably the back door that I noticed there is still possible here.
Do you think it would be a singular back door and not multiple ones now?
As far as I know, the only person I've ever seen use it is Pawn, well, she kind of allowed me to use it.
Now, here's my question for you guys. You actually hear him like stop working on whatever he's working on. If whatever attacked our systems that set up all the traps and went after iShow, could that have used the back door to get into the New Realms? And then if you can access outward from the New Realms, then there could be a virus in there.
I honestly don't know. It's possible.
And if we can't shut it down, then how is there a purge, a reset of anything?
New Realms isn't designed that way. It has points of interface with digital systems, but it's very different technology.
Captain, did we not experience... I'm sorry, Captain, I can't locate the information from my previous incarnation, but there is a note here about unknown technology.
Do you know who put the data in?
I believe my previous self. Captain, is there a reason that I was deleted last time? Seems to be why it was...
You were infected by an outside source, an outside program. No fault.
And you are concerned that this program has infiltrated the virtual reality program.
It's theoretically possible. It could explain why I wasn't able to detect it. I mean, if it's moving through that, New Realms is not something I have a full understanding of. It's not like a normal computer.
I was previously able to detect how many running programs there were within New Realms. I am unable to do so now.
You're unable to calculate them, or they're incalculable?
Unable.
Running programs? You mean environmental simulations, instances, or users?
Freely operatable. Operatable? Sorry, my language service seems to be glitching.
I will continue monitoring your language service and the rest of your systems, if that's all right.
Upload at 68.7%. My previous self was able to detect how many free thinking programs were activating within New Realms.
How many?
There were 2 previously. Now I can no longer detect how many. Unsure if they could propagate.
Can they possibly be shielded?
Unknown, Captain.
And you're not at 100%, so would that help more?
Unknown. I believe that one of these entities was your previous AI program.
Yes, there is an instance of pawn in there.
There was another.
A programmed entity or a user?
The definitions don't seem to fit.
What's the classification? What is the program, file, person using for identification?
Deathweaver.
Well, that's not really super ominous, is it? Have you ever heard of a guy named or a hacker or anything named Deathweaver?
I've heard of plenty of kids with similar names out on the rocks. It's kind of cliche. I don't know. I mean, I thought Signet was original, but I'm sure there are 20 of those.
I am unsure, Bryce, but I believe that this entity perhaps used to be your clone. Number 4, I believe you refer to him as.
Yeah. Okay.
His life signs are still within normal parameters, although they are low. Do you have any insight into why he would have chosen such a name? Do you
I
have
haven't
spiders?
spoken. He's been completely insulated from the rest of the universe for years. I have no idea
Do you
who
like
he
to
is now.
perform the making of textiles?
No, I can't say that's been in my past.
We occupied with them.
However, the spider notion, a lot of hackers will refer to themselves as data spiders, because there's an element of collating data and being able to tap into all different sources. It was especially popular as a term among the cartel. It could be rooted in that, but it could also, one could arrive at that name through any number of other paths.
Might I suggest trying to wake up number 4 and seeing if he is there?
You may suggest it. We'll need to consider it.
I mean, damn it. It's kind of last resort for us, right? I mean, the deal was that he was to be there permanently. That was his choice to be there.
If he still is the way he was when he made that choice, then he'll freak out after a number of minutes within this vessel. I had a bit of a heart-to-heart with him, at least. He always felt trapped. It was his way out, but...
Is it possible that we can just trick him? If it needs to come to that? We can set up a program that looks like it and acts like it, behaves like it, but isn't.
Are you suggesting programming a very basic version of New Realms? A copy?
Yeah.
Private New Realms.
Have it isolated from the rest of it. I mean, there have been many cases where people have been locked onto their own worlds that they've created, and they've just connected to a little box that's not even connected to the rest of the data net, for that matter. He can be isolated in there and be fine, and we won't have to worry about any of those backdoor systems.
The only complication, Theo, that I can think of is that it takes up too much space. Our systems cannot handle 2 New Realms.
But we do have data drives, do we not?
True. If you create a very small version that isn't as expansive, a very localized area that has boundaries, unlike New Realms, then I think we'll have enough space.
Bryce, we got those data drives from the station, right?
They got ejected.
They are in pieces now.
They weren't taken out? I thought they were.
We didn't have time to take anything out of them.
Oh, son. That's fine. I'll replicate some new ones. Not a problem. We can always get them elsewhere. Ain't too big of a deal. That'll still work.
Well, you still have the inner core metal, and we have a very small amount of the terginium left for fuel.
Fuel for what?
If it was going to have a separate power source.
What's going to have a separate power source?
The data cores.
Oh, okay. Well, those can be run on the metallic hydrogen batteries, which can be powered then by the core of the ship itself. Very simple setup. Just recycles the excess heat that comes from the radiation.
If my calculations are correct, that should provide enough power, Captain.
All right, sounds good.
Bryce is just staring into his drink.
I mean, it's good for a backup. I'm still not sure we have to disconnect him. I mean, I prefer to defer to Bryce only because, I mean, if there was family member, he would be it.
Well, it wouldn't be like a disconnect per se. It'd be more like a transplant.
My understanding is that even that less than 1 second it would take to transform will seem like an eternity to him of just blackness. I don't know psychologically what that will do to him.
Well, we
Do you really want to know?
No.
No, we could technically have something set up for him to do in that time. That way it doesn't seem like an eternity.
That's, I'm afraid, not the main issue. By now, if hooking into new realms has been anything like me having my Neuralink in my head, his thought process will have expanded to fill the potential there. It'll be like lobotomizing him when you move him, and he'll know that that's what you're doing, and he will fight back, and it will be faster than we can predict.
Well, then we gotta talk to him about it then.
Is there a way that we can connect without popping into New Realm? Where we can, I mean, besides talking to him physically, is there a way to use the back door to, no, I don't want to open that either. Shit. Theo, remember when we were talking to the big giant Nobot thing? When we created that secondary area to communicate with it?
Yeah, we had him in a Hohenheim containment field.
Yeah. Do you think we could set up one of those, and then we can communicate with them? I mean, we would have to kind of lure him into it, I guess.
Well, it requires the same technique that we're going to use with this. We would just need a blank box of space for both sets to meet up in. It would act as a safe zone, really, kind of like neutral territory. It wouldn't be disconnected from New Realms. It would just be connecting up to it, and it would just be a neutral space that both parties could inhabit and communicate through.
And there's no leakage on either side. You can't power through it or break through any firewalls. It's actually separate.
No.
Does that sound something that's useful, Bryce?
Maybe. I'm concerned on more levels than I feel it's necessarily even helpful to tabulate for you. If he has malicious intent, then he could be listening to everything that's happening in this meeting right now. He could be reading into your thoughts for the past... Well, he could have been doing it for months.
If that was the case, then he would know that we're not trying to kill him, that we're just trying to understand why the hell he's doing what he's doing.
I hope he has that level of perspective. The imagery that we saw in the video was surely disturbing.
Yeah, that's pretty damn disturbing, all right.
Well, I say we work up the precautions like we're doing. We'll set it up, and really all I want to do is talk to him to make sure that there isn't another entity in there that came in with those stupid sex bot thingies, whatever. If there's nothing and he just wants to claim it at his place where none of us can enter, then I'm fine with just letting him have it. I don't. It's not, besides whatever function helps with keep the ship going. He's never done anything to harm us that I know of, and I don't know why Bryce would.
Yeah,
Bryce.
that might be true, but that also might make him a ticking time bomb as well. I have another idea. How about we could, and this would involve, we could set up a direct link to a neutral source that could supply him with everything he needs, right? Another ship or something like that, or a small station out in who knows where. And we could transfer it live without no breakage in between while transporting the physical components over. He would still be connected to New Realms, he wouldn't be disrupted, and we would just be moving him over. And then he'd be put there, and he wouldn't have to worry about no one barging on in his space because it's there in his compartment area. He'll have his own computer to deal with.
I mean, that would be, best case scenario if that's what he wants. I mean, originally the stipulation those years ago was that he was going to be on the ship and plugged into New Realm. I guess it's without speaking to him, it's hard to just. I don't know. I mean, Bryce, unless you have other insight that I don't, can you connect with him mentally?
I can.
If that doesn't harm you, obviously.
You'll see that Shang is like looking around at you all. There's sort of a confused look on his face.
It's hot in here.
Are you feeling any better?
The Queen has left the dock. Terrible, terrible things in your head. Terrible sounds, smell of smoke, the blood of ages. You thought you had a vision, and then you realized that flesh was not flesh, that the scapes in front of your being were being ripped apart like tendons. Isn't that right? This one, this metal-armed freak, he has so many dark dreams.
Bryce, was that Shang? If he's not okay, do you want me to contact Han?
Bryce downs the last gulp of his drink, turns to Shang, and reads his mind.
Oh.
He reads 10 days of his past thoughts.
Jesus.
You just get flashes of images of him scurrying about, and really the surface thoughts and the mundane realities, but nothing out of, nothing of too much. Oh my goodness, you just see him checking out your ass. He's fixing some noodles and thinking over some stock options. And there's a face of someone, some Gongen with his uniform half off. And just random faces flashing by, but nothing that connects with this sort of madness that he's displaying right now. That clearly is a result of his recent experience.
What Bryce is going to probe for most specifically is to see whether Chung is the only person in there, whether he's been infected by something. What sort of psychological disease is manifested at this time?
You sense some kind of latent psychopathy there that has been, activated, I guess, by this recent experience. But you couldn't say exactly what sort of, impairment it is.
Is he just sort of scrambled in general, or is he a fairly rational being in a nightmarish space still?
You sense that he is rational, yes, to a fault. However, perhaps through enhancement, some sort of artificial enhancement, like some kind of nano tech or something that has kind of kept this psychopathy in the background, I guess, kind of like filtered it, maybe, like kept a static barrier between it and him. But now, maybe perhaps with this VR with the New Realms, it sort of infected that his nanoware, perhaps, and now that filter is gone, or perhaps just temporarily rescinded.
So, is there a sense that there's an actual cybernetic technology yet?
Perhaps, yes. There's definitely something artificial. It might not be. You're not sure if it's mechanical, or if it's technical. It might be bionic. Not sure. Definitely something.
The last thing that Bryce wants to find out is, at any point in the past 10 days, has there been something noteworthy that has calmed him down, or something he turns to for it?
Yes. You see in his mind that he has visited the New Realms, the vid bay with the New Realms flesh jack in it, several times without your knowing. In fact, it might even be daily.
But uneventfully. Presumably. In terms of, psychosis-inducing invasions of nightmare-ishness. Until now.
Sorry, say that first part again, you cut out.
I'm assuming that all the prior visits were not as nightmare-inducing.
Right. No, they were normal visits. There was an Alfonso. You're trying to really not delve too deep into this.
All right, understood. I think he'll leave those thoughts be. And then just sort of blink turn to the captain and say, I think there's something in his head that's gone awry. Technologically, a medical scan might be in order.
I didn't even know that he had any type of inputs or anything on him.
Out of curiosity, would those have been listed? Would those have turned up in previous medical scans of Sheng?
You're asking Sheng? If you're asking me?
Yeah, asking you.
No, they would not.
Okay. Yeah, there's nothing on record, Captain. Looking over his file, it all seems fairly standard, but there is something different that's active inside him that either we didn't notice or has been recently introduced.
And you know from that whatever he has, it's bleeding edge tech. It's not something you can find on the open market.
This is something new, Captain.
Well, I guess at this point we might as well just. He's going to have to get the implant anyways. The flesh port installed. I guess we'll have Han run a full scan. I've almost got this ion drive replaced. As soon as I finish up here, I'll head down there to the medical bay and meet you guys.
That sounds like a plan. I'll keep an eye on him with Cass.
Thanks, Bryce.
And right now, Dax is just looking at you guys like what? Listen, do you guys really need to go to to all that trouble? I mean, all the little fruit needs is a stiff drink.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he would respond to one right now. To be honest, we've given him sedatives. You'd think that would be enough. No, not in his current state, Dax.
I don't know. I've seen a few people go wonky on the old New Realms stuff in my day, but seems like a lot of effort.
Bryce just kind of stays quiet, starts almost tapping his glass nervously, but his fingers stop like a millimeter short of hitting it each time. He's just on that level of tension.
I mean, it just seems to me like what really? Why do we need this guy? Just there's a couple self-powered evac pods, and no one would miss the guy. Fire one off, no one would be any the wiser. Seems like.
Well, I'm glad we didn't assign you a human resources position.
I'm speaking in hypotheticals, obviously.
I understand, Dax. Very pragmatic.
I do know a guy. If it comes to that, like I said, I do know a guy who deals with these sorts of malfunctions. But well, I haven't spoken to him in some time. Don't know what he might say, or if he's even interested in taking a job.
By malfunctions, to be clear, you're meaning...
I'm talking about the VR unit, because I mean we only have the two, and we need to get that up and running, right? I mean that's That's my priority. I could care less about this fruit over here. I mean, not to say that I don't care. He's the VR units need to get fixed, like right now.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. But first, we fix him. Or someone does. And then we can see what's going on with this Death Weaver thing.
That's gonna require going planet side, I'm thinking. There's nobody in a space station that's going to handle that kind of this level of whatever the fuck just happened to him. It's a bitch. It's a real bitch.
What are you angling for, Dax? Where do you want to go?
Well, I don't know. Earth would have people. Ganymede, maybe, or.
Ganymede. You want to go to Ganymede now?
Well,
I would not.
It's not that I want to. I mean, I'm not going to say no if you suggest it.
That would
So
be the captain's call. If you want to talk to the captain, I'm sure he can put you straight as to what the best options are for us. But yeah, if you have suggestions, if you know people, let us know.
There's other birds that we can hit with the same stone on Ganymede, if you catch my drift. Multiform changeling birds, if you catch my drift.
Why did you sign up for this ship?
I don't know. I asked myself the same question. I don't know. I feel like I can help, and really my last commission was, to be frank, it was a piece of shit. Didn't give me any opportunities, and I needed a place to grow and spread my wings. So, and there was the bonus situation that was talked about with the captain.
Yeah, there will be plenty of bonus. Lots of surprises. Now, let's get this guy to medbay.
All right.
So Bryce kind of allows Genu to do most of the heavy lifting once he's ensured that that Kaz has decent enough muscle control to not crush this guy, and just sort of opens the doors.
You just hear random craziness babble from Shang as you guys exit.
Poor Sean.
And would restrain him on the medbay table.
All right. So we'll assume that you guys, everyone who's going to get a flesh report, shows up in the med bay, and including Bryce. Longbeard shows up maybe 10 minutes after you get there, and we'll pause there, as obviously there's going to be a lot of discussion with Axe, and maybe that might even bring Theo up. That seems like but yeah, we'll go from there. I guess we'll start with the person who had the awesome New Realms dream. What did you think? Jason, right? No,
Yes.
Make sure I get your right name right.
Oh, you're fine. I probably should change my handle so it makes.
No, I like the
sense.
Yeah, I like that.
What did I think?
Yeah. Did you enjoy it? What did you think needed change?
I was thoroughly traumatized by the way in which my character was manhandled. Now, No, it was. I don't know what to say. It was awesome. What else is there to say?
Yeah, the dreams are a lot of fun when you get to do that. Everyone can just kind of jump in and throw in a little bit. It's a new thing for me. I had never done it until, well, obviously I did it because of multiple times playing this game. But yeah,
I was so not expecting what happened that it literally broke my fucking brain. I just went with it, you know, and I was like, okay. But it was like I was literally like sweating and like not drenched, but I was like just so tense, and like that is the most active role playing I think I've ever done. And I like when that scene was done, I was slumped in my chair. Literally, I was exhausted.
yeah, it sounded. Yeah, you did a great job.
Oh, I was expecting like normal scene, maybe a little bit crazy, and then it just went straight off the fucking rails into Gonzo territory, and I was like, okay, this is my worst nightmare, and but it was awesome, yeah. Good job, Tim. I know he's not here to hear that, but
Sure, he'll listen to the end. So
that was intense, and everyone chipping in was awesome. Like I like scenes like that where everyone gets a chance to be a part of it, and
yeah, we did that, and we did that with we got to do like a past scene, something from our past lives, like a dream, and that was like one of the first introductions we had to it.
Sorry,
yeah,
guys.
I'm back.
No,
I was just saying that you just did a terrible job of GMing tonight. I mean, it was really just the shits.
Well, there's this is the part of the show where you can literally beat me up if you want, man.
Well, if anyone has ever beaten you up over your role playing, then they need to be skull fucked, because you did like 20 different characters, and it was like amazing.
Terrible is emphasis on the terror, right?
Yeah.
Indeed, yes, indeed.
Yeah, I do seem to sort of specialize in nightmares. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never had, like, most of my role playing. I'm not like super experienced like you guys, but most of it has been like more of the chipper variety, not really in the horror stuff. So role playing a scene like that was, at first I was like, what am I supposed to do? And then, you know, I just pretend that I am experiencing it, I guess.
Yeah. Just ride it, right? Just get on that little scooter and
go with it. I have to admit that when, like, the first time when I got out, supposedly, the total recall moment, and then you pulled me back in, I was like, no, I don't want to go back in. Because it was terrifying, and on top of that, it was hard to keep that level of like terror up. I don't know how people do that.
Oh, but it was great seeing, again, such a usually, in many ways, chipper character, or at least one that's lightheartedly played normally, go through something like that.
Well, it's certainly some retribution, I suppose. Maybe some passive-aggressive retribution against him being a dick.
That's fine.
And that kind of stuff is always fun, and it's fine too, because my characters, I tend to always play people who like brook conflict. I don't know why, but my dialogue always leads me into these situations. Probably not in that sort of way.
That's
cool. Yeah,
I like conflict.
Yeah,
especially in these like space opera sort of things. You know, a lot of times it's just the characters talking to each other and all their problems they have. So.
Well, I was gonna say too. One thing for a noob into a game like this is I kind of like all the mundane like tech talk and all that, because that stuff gets skipped over in a lot of role playing games. Like I've never played in a sci-fi game like this, or have I ever played in a sci-fi? Well, Shadowrun, but like it gets skipped over, and it's always like boom, boom, boom. We got to hit our plot points. but it's fun to like just pull back from that and have moments like when Theo was talking to, was it his wife?
Yeah, wife and L. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
God, that was an awesome scene.
Yeah.
And I only caught the end of it because I had to like go do something, but that was cool because we had just had like this totally batshit crazy scene and to pull it back. So like first we started out with this crazy shit with what's his face, the wrench,
Loris?
Yeah,
Loris, yeah, and the poop shoots and like
Yeah.
this crazy coughing and so we had like some crazy stuff, and then there was some craziness with Dax and the fight between him and
Pawn.
and then it went into like a horror scene, and so it was like hitting different tonal things, and so that was great because I don't know, a lot of role playing just sticks to one tone, and it's hard to switch that. It takes a lot. I'm sure it takes a lot of experience to kind of manage that.
I guess we're kind of all over the place usually.
Well, it was great. Like, not to be like flattering, but that was some of the best role play I've ever been a part of. So
cool. That's awesome.
I'm glad to. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to explain it as controlled chaos. It's like, go where it goes. I never know what Tim's going to throw it at.
Yeah, probably the worst thing, I guess, with me in this campaign is I tend to throw too much sometimes, like a very active GM, but I don't know. Maybe it's just the way I picture the setting, or I don't know, just lots of stuff happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yes, sorry for that.
What did you think, Phil? Are you still there?
Oh yeah, I'm still there.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry I was quiet
You
for
had
that.
lost the scene, so you're
Yeah,
still.
well, I mean, like, there's not much for him to comment on that scene. It's like, it's mostly between Bryce and them, and while he is a pretty competent and pretty good programmer, he doesn't really, he doesn't delve into the cyber realms as Bryce has, so it's like, he's just listening and doing repairs. Plus, I would think his state of mind right now is more focused on what him and Anel was just talking about.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he'd be kind of hanging back. Which is funny because I was thinking about that whole thing. It's funny that Tim had brought that up because I was actually going to bring that up separately with one of the other characters. I was going to talk, like, sit down with like a drink or something and just talk to him about it. Maybe like Longbeer or Bryce or somebody, and he was just going to start talking about the night terrors, which I thought was pretty good. It's like, oh man, you done read my mind.
Yeah, it's funny because I was thinking of adding that for Longbeer. Like, yeah, Longbeer is very quiet and closed-lipped when it comes to like any pains he has. But I figured there might be one time when he actually talks about all like the months after of the whole she thing and watching Sally get killed and all that, you know.
Oh yeah.
And then it's the ripping, you know, when I, you know, obviously destroyed Colt and, you know, but he's never really talked about that stuff. He's always kind of just locked everything inside. I guess maybe Bryce, if he passively scans me, sees it. But yeah, I loved your scene. It was great.
Thank you. I'd say that the first part of this is like the first half was basically Red Dwarf all the way. We were just shit hitting the fan. Loris is being a dick. I'm sitting there in my mind. I'm thinking, man, this mofo, he's got to go. He has got to go. And then all of a sudden, he inhales gas. I'm like, oh, dude, I don't want you to die. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Well, because what Theo was probably thinking about, because he has a mother still, and he's like, oh gosh, I don't want to.
Yeah, they're both young.
Yeah, he's 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's pretty terrible. He's probably going to have to take him out on leave. But then it got serious towards the end, and then we got the funny thing about the dream sequence is that when I open up a lot of sessions to my campaign, sometimes I have trouble figuring out how to open them up. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll have like what looks like a normal regular encounter, so it's like in media res, and the players have no idea why they're together, and then I turn it into a dream sequence. So everything they've done was basically a dream for that first session, and then they wake up, and it's almost like a prophetic dream. So I usually do stuff like that. So I kind of use that when I go into those dream sequences. Use that vast amount of imaginative power of the dreams.
Yeah, I've really enjoyed all the dreams and the virtual reality stuff, which I thought there was going to be more of in the campaign. So when he said, "Oh, he's watching some vids," I'm like, "Ding!" It's like, okay, I think he's going to go a little
Finally.
haywire for his.
You
Part of
can't
me,
be your own enemy on that because you always have we have so much to do.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you're getting attacked, I'm just gonna go plug into New Realms, guys. You can with that Jatlin race guy. Like
It's true.
It's funny you mentioned Red Dwarf because, like, I didn't realize kind of how the flesh ports worked, but I was picturing it to be like in, I don't know, in season 6 where Lister Jackson, and they have like, it's like this module that like hooks to their groin. It's really disturbing.
yeah.
oh,
That's exactly what I thought of when I was role playing that. But
Yeah, this sort of like connected to your spinal column. That's sort of like a little tail that you like plug in. So yeah, they're kind of disturbing. Yeah.
Really disturbing. It's actually what kind of living, right? It's not.
It's your own skin that covers it.
That's weird.
It's like a cord that attaches to your spinal column.
What did you think, Alex?
Well, again, just so much good RP. I liked finding out more about Dax and finding out more about what Pawn is like through Dax.
Yes.
It's because I mean it's been. I haven't seen the much of 6 years later Pawn in action. Yeah, I don't know. There's so much interesting stuff to contemplate now. I really liked that. I mean, although there were key crisis moments, like with the leak and the radiation buildup, it was still like the vast majority of it was us dealing with each other and like trying to get shit together as a crew. And yeah, it's yeah, it's gonna be interesting. As for Deathweaver, I've one thing that I actually had considered for a long time is if someone were plugged into New Realms for that long, sure, you can imagine that there's an infinite expanse, but there are still only two minds interacting there. It's still just him and Pawn, until, I guess, this Whisperer comes in. So, I mean, the psychological effects of that could be interesting.
You'll have fun role-playing that later?
Yeah, I'm just... I mean, half of me was thinking, okay, Bryce should just stop time, go over, kill him, destroy New Realms, and then go back to the table and say, it's taken care of. And he considered that. But, I mean, there's still this element of we don't really know what Bryce Ford's like. No one's talked to him for ages.
Yeah.
He could not be behind... It's possible he's not behind any of this. And, I mean... Yes, this was sort of a very strange, nightmarish dream thing that that Shang went through. But was it really malicious? Maybe they were just playing. I mean, at what point is this considered bodily harm? Yeah, there's...
Well, I guess as long as Jason's okay, then we're okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
well, I'll be okay
Jason?
after I meet with my psychologist later.
Drink some water.
There were these
Don't-
voices
don't-
in my head, and I couldn't control anything, and I want to talk about it.
Don't forget the snakes. Don't forget the snakes.
I'm never gonna forget the snakes ever. Coming out of my throat or whatever.
There's always
I kept,
something vaguely tubular that's being inserted. And in terrifying ways.
You're learning a lot about Tim.
Yeah.
I kept wanting to add this scene where it was like the grunge where he just had like the hair in front of the face, and then it's like they look up and it's like all these pale faces with no eyes and stuff. I was gonna have that scene. I was like, oh man, that's pretty messed up.
Yeah.
I love the fact that Bryce has the ability to just end it right there, and he's like, well, let's find another solution. It reminds me so much of like Superman and stuff.
I have the power to end you. Will I use this power at all? I don't know. No, I'll pass this time.
He's so used to having a crew's life in his hands because he's the system administrator of the ship. He was linked in like constantly. He could open airlocks at will, and that really weighs on him. And he kind of pisses himself off with how powerful he is, to be honest. It would be better if he couldn't affect situations in that way. I don't know. What's really pissing him off right now is that all of that system data was destroyed. And he had plans for those computers.
Oh, crap. Whoopsie. I blame whatever was radiating. I don't even know how that worked.
Yeah.
Well, and also that he missed something and pretty much got Loris killed.
Oh, boy. Poor Lars.
Yeah, we'll just replace his lungs. He's already got friends. He doesn't mind having metal.
You guys did space the AI whisperer. Sadie was actually pretty malicious.
Oh, my God. I actually had plans to just, like, fix her up and sell her, because I figured, like, no one wanted to have him on the ship, and I was like, all right, fine, I'll just fix it up and trade it for some better parts.
Yeah, I had it set up where, this is out of character stuff, but a lot of the problems with the space station were her and the general messing with people and doing things, and
my God.
It brought around.
I gotta be honest, I kind of got that feeling from the beginning. When you mentioned the way she was like plugged into the wall, kind of, and the other ripped apart, I'm like, I don't know, man. The deal, oh yeah, man, we'll just take her. She'll be my nanny. I'm
hey
like,
kids, you want to do aid?
I'm not.
Oh, that wasn't the same one. That one was in the one I brought back was inside a bin.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some.
Oh, it wasn't the same one that was plugged in?
No. He had a couple of them.
Okay.
Really.
All right.
So.
All right, that's a little bit better.
Good old General. Yeah, he's a little bit warped.
The General?
The General, yeah.
Look, the original idea was to do like a Pretty Woman sort of thing and just start just making it look normal and non-sexual and having it be a friend bot to the kids and stuff, like the CP304 them.
Oh, that was funny last time. I think I was cracking Jason up with that whole scene.
Man, you were.
Definitely. I'm cracking everybody up.
I just wanted to apologize. That was my wife that called, and she wouldn't. She wanted me to order like pizza online. I'm like, what? What do you want on this?
It's the new rage these days, ordering food online.
Yeah, it's like, really? All right, so it took me like 15 minutes to figure out all the options. Like, can't I just call and order a damn pizza?
No, Tim, you need to embrace the future.
There's probably a widget or something you can add to the side of Skype.
Yeah,
there's got to be a pizza dialing.
Need to embrace the antisocialness. We need to move to a culture where we never fucking interact verbally ever again.
That's right.
And then we'll all be just like Bryce Ford.
That's right. Let the technocracy begin.
The whole time I was ordering, I just want to play the game. I just want to talk to my friends. I'll order stupid pizza. Chicken, onions, I
would have used my phone, I think. I would have just logged in and been like, yeah,
But, all right, guys, I need to get going. But thank you all for playing. I had a blast today.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Are you going to put this
John's last words?
Oh, what was?
Yeah, John.
Words are wind. No.
Oh, okay. That's what you thought of the set.
I was happy to. I had planned on just kind of sitting back this session anyways, and it worked out that I could just kind of hide in the Jeffries 2 fixing that ion thingy that But then I forgot that, like, with communications, I can get drawn in anyways.
So you guys crack me up because I'm always like, all right, so let's try to get everybody together. Like, nah, man, I'm all the way over here. I'm outside the damn ship.
I figure as long as, but the thing is with open communications like we have, and we all have those head implants, so technically we can talk to each other. We just don't use them.
It's true.
It does make it, for communicating purposes, it makes it a lot easier, I think. But,
We're like, where's everybody at? And I'm like, I don't know either, man.
It's Skype 24/7.
For some reason, it's so easy in my head. Maybe because I've, like, studied the schematic of the ship so much that, like, when Theo says go to this room, I'm like, in my head, I've, like, mapped it out, like, how I have to walk down this hall, go up this elevator.
I do too.
Who needs new realms when you have your imagination?
Yeah. What? Theater of the mind? It's not real.
Alright, I should probably get going too.
Okay, guys, I believe I should be seeing you next week. So.
And remember, dice roller, guys. Dice roller.
All right. Little Darkness Dice Roller.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys. Y'all have a good one.
Good playing with you.